Welcome to the Late Night with Chalky podcast.
Friends and family, brothers and sisters, welcome to the Late Night with Chalky podcast.
Woo!
Wow, woo!
This is gonna be epic. You know, we've been hunting you down for a while, but hey, timing's everything, and we're stoked to sit down. Our guest this week, hard-charging Hawaiian,
Hard charging.
paddle into pretty much any death pit, a pipe, or any double XL wave around the world at some gnarly slab. But his resume is stacked, winning the pipe invitational, which gets you a wild card into pipeline, which is a huge privilege because, you know, gives a good chance for all the locals to get that couple of spots and get into pipe. He's won the Backdoor Shootout, earned like a $30K check there. He's been multiple Wave of the Winter, nominations. Actually won Wave of the Decade. Huge. Dude, this guy, he's got it all.
Wave of the winter, wave of the decade.
Yeah, all the above. But the moment that etched his name in surfing history was when him and his jet ski went over the falls at Chopes over Romana on a heavy one.
Is that you?
Yeah.
And how everybody worked out was a fucking blessing.
I warned him.
Yeah, but that clip lit up social media, Sports Illustrated, all pretty much news.
That was
Media across the globe.
definitely got my name out there. Kind of in a bad way, but there's no such thing as bad publicity. So
No.
I just kind of
Yeah.
Probably comes in the top 5 of surf mainstream viral
clips. for
content.
sure.
It's probably Mick, and then you're right there.
Yeah. And, besides charging slabs, he manages his Quiksilver North Shore Athlete House. He has a passion, dedicates his time giving back to cystic fibrosis and other cool organizations. But, man, we're stoked to sit down with this wine charger and legend of our sport, Reef BIGCAT McIntosh.
BIGCAT!
BIGCAT! Yeah.
Fuck yeah, BIGCAT!
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's nice to be here.
This has been a long time coming, and
We say that about everybody.
we have to
Yeah.
we have to thank a couple people because I think they had a little bit of influence on you to come onto the show, and that's Brian Rogers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? He's a longtime friend. It's such a
Small
small world.
Yeah,
Six,
yeah.
6 degrees of separation is
Literally.
there's only
I met him on Teahupoʻo.
yeah.
He's epic.
He's been telling me, dude, you got to get Reef on. I'm like, yeah, make it happen. And then also Teva Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you're
Black
part
Bear.
of Black Bear. He's part of the Black Bear clan.
Yeah, he is.
So,
Teva. When he was little, when he wasn't a bear, he was a little cub.
yeah.
Tavrua, do you go a lot? Were you a boat captain?
No, that was like back in the day when Boothie was at Quiksilver
and
kinda
doing the
like,
trips all the time?
Boothie had his annual from Kelly Slater Black and White to the one time I was there with him, or
Yeah.
a couple times I was with him, but yeah, he used to like bring accounts with him,
Yeah.
and then bring a couple
Follow.
pro surfers to like hang out, vibe, entertain, watch,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call us, have fun
Yeah.
with them, and yeah.
Because I always ask, like, if you were a boat captain, because a lot of surfers kind of
I never-
get on that kick to, take advantage of the waves for
He was on a
period of
different
time.
level.
Yeah, I
I
know.
was like, they don't say. I mean, if they called me tomorrow, I'd be like, "Hey, what do you think?" And she'd probably say, "Nah, I don't think so." But back in the day, I was like,
Yeah.
not to like. I actually went to Fiji for my high school graduation present. That's where I wanted to go because I
What?
saw that freaking Timmy Curran shot, and it was on a Jeff Booth week. I
Just-
saw that photo. I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
I want to go
Arms
here
wide open, just.
for my graduation present."
Yeah.
I went there, and it was during the coup of like '92 or '3 where it was open. So we just stayed on the mainland and boated out.
Yeah. It was locked down for
It was-
those that stayed on the island.
Yeah, but then the one guy was like, "Oh, I gotta go by Tavrua to get something." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Oh no, you have to stay on the boat." So we were like literally on the boat, like looking at Tavrua, like
And you're like 18.
yeah, literally. I'm like, "Oh my god, look at the white sand." You could like see the setup, but we didn't get to go on the island. But I was like, "I'm definitely gonna come back someday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on that island." And then
Well, let's
turn
start at the
around.
very let's start at the very beginning. It
Yeah.
all began on Kauai, yeah?
I mean, I was born in San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
in a bathtub. I think on Garnett. and
Hippie
something.
parents or what?
Yeah, I guess so. Ish. I mean,
Were you first born or?
Yeah, I was the first.
Okay.
In a bathtub.
yeah.
So, what do you call that?
Home birth, water birth, yeah.
Home birth, yeah.
But what do they call the ladies? Like,
A
House-
doula?
Oh, yeah.
Doula? I don't know.
something
you're on
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Midwife or a doula or something.
Yeah.
Correct us if we're wrong. We don't know, but
your last name's McIntosh,
Yeah.
so that's Irish or Scottish?
Scottish, yeah.
Scottish, okay.
And then we moved to Kauai when I was like 2nd grade, I want to say, or 1st grade.
and what was the move? Work or just?
Well, my
yeah.
dad, like, he went to Maui and like stayed in the cave there at Honolulu. Went
Epic.
there. He's like,
Surfer.
Oh, surf. Yeah, my dad surfed totally. And he's like, oh, we're moving to Maui. And one of his friends like, no, you gotta go to Kauai. So then he went to Kauai, and then
Stayed in the cave there.
He didn't stay in the cave there, but he camped out. And then he's like, okay, we're moving here. So then we moved. He came back to San Diego. And then we all moved.
So what, are you talking like 70s?
Probably like 81 or
Okay.
Because I was born in 76.
Okay.
So probably 81 or 82.
Yeah. But your dad was a like surfer, grom
He
surfer growing up.
surfed- Yeah. Well,
Okay.
not growing up. Like, he grew up in a military family, so he bounced
Moved
around.
around.
But he ended up going to college in San Diego. And
Yeah.
stayed
Landed
there
there.
and was like a commercial fisherman and just.
So your dad's like a
surfing.
man's man.
Waterman.
Yeah.
Waterman.
You know, like, just people were raised differently back then.
Yeah.
For
We
sure.
talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
They're way more manly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to emulate. I was always trying to emulate his manliness.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a commercial fisherman's gnarly. Like,
Yeah.
you know, not just, you know, you always see the you know, Alaska, like crazy seas, but just anywhere. It's a rough,
Yeah, he
hard
lost his
gig.
boat once into the cliffs over there.
Or,
And had to climb up the cliffs to safety, you know. But
Because Teva said your dad's pretty fucking heavy.
yeah,
Like,
he's
charges.
Yeah, he's he's looks good for his age,
Yeah.
and he's not like a. You see me and you think my dad's this big manly man, but he's not. He's kind of like a smaller
Smaller stature.
yeah.
Everyone's like, "How did you get so big?" Like
Because you're what,
dad-
6'3"?
Yeah, maybe
6'4".
4. But
Yeah.
and I guess my mom's side of her family is kind of like
Bigger.
bigger, I guess.
Yeah.
But my dad says all the good food he fed me as a kid. So
So your dad and mom started off in San Diego,
Yeah.
off of Garnett.
yeah,
And then he scouted the area.
he like going on surf trips back then.
Yeah.
Was, go to Baja obviously, but he would like went to Maui, stayed in the cave there, and then he was like, no, go here. So he went over there, and then
Did he tell you stories about staying in a cave?
yeah, a little bit. He just said he stayed in the cave there for.
I mean,
I mean.
being a surfer, you're pretty low budget, you know, going anywhere. So it's like,
staying
it's
in
pretty
a cave
common.
or sleeping
Yeah.
at LAX. I mean, it's, or sleeping in airports, sleeping at caves. Kind of,
Yeah.
part of the
It's not
surf
similar.
experience. I mean, camping and
Yeah.
at Bonjui and Tahiti, like you're kind of like rootsy. I feel like most
Yeah.
surfers are.
Yeah.
feel like, or at
I know,
least
my
most
kids have no
people.
idea. They're so spoiled. Like,
Yeah,
Dude,
you know,
same.
I'm
Seriously.
like, I go to the North Shore and just couch surf as much as I could until I got kicked out of one house, go to another. Like, come on, just a few more
Yeah,
days.
exactly.
Staying at the hostel, just Sketchville, like,
Yeah.
skateboarding everywhere, hoping your skateboard didn't get, nabbed out of a bush. And now the kids are just like, oh, this
They're
is
so
easy.
spoiled.
Yeah, I got
So-
my own bath.
Kauai, 2nd grade.
Oh
And
my
what was
God.
that?
Were you surfing yet?
Yeah,
Couple?
I was
Like, Dad
surfing,
would
yeah,
push
like-
in a couple.
No.
No?
He would take me surfing like tandem, but then once we moved to Kauai, because the water's warm
Yeah.
and there's like all these like if you're down at Honolulu, down at the pier right there, a lot of kids surf the pier,
Yeah.
but there's also the river mouth right there that has sick little waves. And I started at the river mouth, but it's super shallow. You're like growing up there. It's like if you want to surf and you're a kid, like you don't need your parent to do it. You can do it on your own. But it's like it's this deep. You can walk out. It's sandy.
Clear,
it's warm
safe.
water.
There's always somebody there.
Yeah, there's nothing really. I mean, unless your fin hits you or something.
Yeah.
But, and then you slowly graduate. You move over to the pier because the pier's a little bigger, and then I slowly work my way to the inside of the bowl, and then the middle of the bowl. You kind of like work your way to the top of the wave, but kind of like that all around the island, where you start on the inside as a ground. and
Yeah.
Over the years of whatever putting your time in, you slowly work your way out. Like
Yeah.
Same way of every break. Man, the same way here for us. Like,
Do you have siblings or?
Yeah, I have one full brother and like 2 other half brothers.
Okay. Your parents divorced when they got here? Okay, there.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So I stayed with my dad, and my other brother went with my mom,
Okay.
and she like remarried. And Yeah.
Did they stay on Kauai or?
Yeah, my mom's the other. Well, my mom actually, her and her husband, I don't know, you guys know Craig Hoshide?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my mom's husband. He recently passed like a year ago.
Oh, she passed?
Yeah.
Nar.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But, he had cancer.
What brand did he work for?
Oh, he worked for so many.
Yeah.
So many.
But
Yeah.
he was like a judge. I mean, he did
did
all
everything,
kinds of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why did we not hear about Craig Oshida passing?
I don't know.
Bummed.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Craig.
Yeah. R.I.P.
He was a good
for
dude.
Sure.
So that was your stepdad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were married for like almost 30 years, a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they actually moved. They remarried, and he took a job, obviously, in the industry. So they moved back here, and they lived here for like almost 15 or some years.
Okay.
And then he went back to Kauai, and because
So
he
you-
used to be a roofer, so he started up his roofing business again. And then yeah.
So you had kind of like dual like residence, like back and forth. You spent time in California, or
Not that much.
no?
Yeah. Why would you?
Yeah. Well, usually family,
Maybe
but
like a month.
yeah, come
I
visit.
think as you get older, or you're more in like your later teens, you're like, oh, everyone's going on trips,
Yeah.
and you're not. You're like, oh, yeah, I want to go, Mom, I want to come visit.
Yeah.
So I come to Cali and do the Cali thing.
What
hang out
What
there.
was your first board?
I just wrote all my dad's hand-me-downs
And they're bigger though, right?
They're all
Like-
big.
Okay.
until he got like
And who's
pissed
who-
enough to
who
be
shaped
like,
his
broke
boards?
my board.
Yeah.
You're breaking my boards. Like, you need to get your own. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get my own. It's like, no, you go get a job and get your own. But he wrote, I don't know, a lot of like Hawaii shapers
Yeah.
back then, like, or you're kind of just like a lot of, he didn't get custom boards. You always like bought something, or was something that was for sale, or single fins. And,
I always feel like Hawaii had a ton of good used boards because
Yes.
people
Yeah.
would like travel,
Bring
either
them,
like
leave
pawn
them.
them off, leave them,
Yeah.
or people
I
just
don't know, just ride whatever I get my hands on. I wasn't really like picky or selective. There
Yeah.
wasn't that option to be like, oh, I don't want to ride that board. It's too big. Like, oh,
who was like the Rat Pack like you surfed with in the early days, like Grom Hood.
It was. I mean, I met, like I said, I hate to say it all, but I mean, it kind of grew up with Andy and Bruce, and
that climb, that
Yeah.
era
Yeah.
of same.
Kamale lived in Onahola, and he'd come up on the weekends, so that was kind of like the little
That's
circle.
cool.
There were some obviously a bunch of other friends.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like
Big.
the little herd of Groms that.
Yeah.
What a great because we always talk about how little areas in different places have like this surge of like talent, and
Yeah.
it's all about who's in that group, and then it kind of goes dormant, for a while, and then the next little group rolls through. But
Well,
that's
growing up on an island. There's only so many things you can do. So like surfing was the most probably important one. You could
Yeah.
we did soccer for a little while, but then once you figure out, you're like, I just want to surf. You're like, because the soccer field is really close to pine trees. Like, you
yeah.
see your friends going surfing, driving by, and you're out there sweating on the field. You're like,
What am I
no more
doing?
soccer.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
it.
Surfing takes over.
Going back to what Laura was saying, like, just talking to Keanu Singh
Yeah.
last week, and how him growing up at on Eva Beach, but surfing koalas with that crew with Carissa Moore and
The
Moniz,
Moniz.
the Moniz, like that
Wow.
hotbed of talent,
Yeah.
right? And it's like it's a trip. Like you get lucky when you're at the right place at the right time with the right people,
Yeah.
right? And you're kind of in a similar
There was
story.
Hawaii, like, it's so special because you're like surrounded by good waves.
Yeah.
And not to say there's not good waves here in Southern California, but there's good waves. But like over there, you're just surrounded by like world-class waves, where you're always like challenging yourself and bettering yourself and like looking for the next or wanting more. And there's always like like even if you went to Kewalos right now, guarantee you there's like a solid pack there. Of like,
Yeah.
Oh my God, this kid, that kid.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't know if it's just Hawaii in general. but yeah.
well, there's certain spots that,
Like San Clemente right
I guess
now.
yeah. You
Yeah.
go out to lowers, you're like, oh my God.
but
God.
it's
Yeah.
it's usually the wave quality. It's usually easy access, and it's a good environment for like not grooming, but being able to like handle all kinds of conditions at all levels. And that
Yeah.
that's a wave where every place has that
location.
location.
Yeah.
Kauai is it's the best, in my opinion, it's the island I would want to live on, right?
Yeah.
And at that time, dude, the gnarliest surfers that you mentioned, you know, Dustin Barca too, right? Like you, Dustin Barca,
Fuller,
Teva, Fuller, like
Roy Powers.
yeah,
Gnarly.
the list just goes on and on.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
And it's a trip
They
that
didn't even make it to the south side, so there's like Braden, Cody Graham.
Fuck. Yeah.
yeah. And how was it?
Or
So
Sebast-
did you grow up
Sebastian
in
Zietz.
Honolulu or
Yeah.
okay?
But then when you're growing up there, there's all like Titus, Ollie Guy, Terry Chun, like Celso. There's like so many like heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say uncles, but like you're a kid
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're freaking either scolding you or sending you in or maybe being nice to you, or you never kind of know.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Makes you-
they like you, sometimes
makes
they
you mind your
don't,
P's
but
and
you're
Q's, huh?
mind
You
your
just-
P's and Q's, like
yeah.
you know, like obviously Titus was sponsored by Quiksilver, so when I did, but I don't want to skip too far ahead, but
Yeah.
you're always asking for permission to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how surfers are so notoriously known to be like, you know, chaos and fucking punks, and because a lot of it's true,
Yeah, no, it's
right?
true.
Drug related, everything, right?
Yeah.
But in the surf hierarchy, there is rule.
Oh, for sure.
You know, that's
Yeah.
that's a trip.
And
that-
respect and order, and it's very well, you know.
it's rad because the general public doesn't really,
No.
you know,
Yeah.
like respect is very fucking real in the world of surf, especially in the best parts of the world,
Yeah.
or the best ways of the world,
Yeah.
right? That fucking, you know, that hierarchy and like respect from the elders to the fucking,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's Hawaii in general. That's their culture
Yeah.
amongst like just
It
not
used to be here,
outside of
too.
surfing. No, I know, but there it's like
Yeah.
very parallel with surfing because it's so popular. But it's like everybody has that.
Yeah.
You know, more so than a lot of other places.
It's not like it used to be though.
No, we all say
Well,
how.
nothing ever
Yeah.
stays the same, but
Yeah.
you try your hardest to keep it or sometimes teach it, but
Yeah.
sometimes you're just like trying to teach it and you're like, well, it's not staying. I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you want to stand for something, you're like, but you're just like,
Yeah. So when was the first? What was the? Do you remember the first board in the spot where you went? Oh my God, this is it.
I don't know, like when you grow up in a surf household where you're just like surrounded by surfboards and your dad surfs and all his friends surf and you're looking at the magazines and you're like, you want to do that, but then your dad's like, no, you can't do that. You're gonna join the military.
Wow.
And so he says he never said that, but he said that.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to like a lot of the support that some
Yeah.
of my friends got.
Because he did the military.
He didn't do the military.
Yeah.
He didn't do it. He grew up in it and then he went to college. But
Yeah.
he was like, oh, you don't. He
So-
was like, you should
So
go
why
learn.
was his deal?
Well, he's like, you don't want to work hard like me.
Yeah.
But he was like, but if I go to the military and learn a trade, that's gonna mean I'm gonna be using that trade to work hard like you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wasn't saying that at the time, but if you look back on it now, I'm like, I didn't want to work hard like you. I wanted to do this, but
Yeah.
It's so funny because I could relate because I have a son that's 16, now 17, and it's all he wants to do is surf. And, you know, we're like, I'm that fine line of like, surfing's like a lifestyle. It's like, we're going to be doing surf
No
trips the
matter
rest of
what.
our life,
Yeah.
but never push like the pro surf route. I'm like, no, no.
You don't wanna
but,
do that.
But like,
especially now.
you
It's
know,
crazy because
it's tough.
he knows that you did what he would like to do.
I know, and
Right?
I would
And-
like him to do what I did, but it's not realistic
No.
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a dad in my position that would be like, I'll just take you on any surf trip you want, and we're gonna go travel anyway. So I'm your sponsor.
Yeah.
You know, which
Yeah.
again, spoiled, but it,
Going back to your situation and your dad, it's kind of funny because, you know, here he is, right? He grew up in the military, but what did he do for a living?
On Kauai, he just did whatever he could. He was, you know,
Jack of all
like
trades.
maintenance man, working on the ranch. And
Did
then
he go to college? He went to college.
He went to college, yeah.
For-
But he didn't use his degree to survive or
Yeah,
make money.
a lot of people don't.
He was just like, he ended up being a carpenter. He's probably been a carpenter for like 30-something years now.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was kind of like whatever.
Which is a great trade.
It's a great
and
trade.
it's a great,
Yeah.
like line
It's
of work.
hard work,
It's
but
hard.
it's
Yeah.
lucrative.
It's always there.
Yeah.
So he does that now, but it was like, at the time, I can kind of understand where he's coming from, because at the time, there was no such thing as like,
Yeah.
there was Titus from Kauai, and that was like the most famous guy from Kauai from a
Yeah.
surfing standpoint, and he was making a living from surfing, but he was just like, you're never gonna make that. Like, there's a million kids like you in Southern California. You're not,
Yeah.
no one's gonna come from Kauai.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't see that like Andy and Bruce were gonna turn into what they turned into.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, there was no map to tell you, but obviously.
Yeah.
And it's hard to hear from a parent, like, when that's,
Whatever your parents are gonna tell you, you're gonna disobey.
yeah. But that's all you want to do. And it's like, tell my kid, like, I don't want to go to work. I just want to hang out and surf all day. Like, it doesn't change from 16 to 50.
And
Like,
the talent pool, like we keep saying, was so fucking gnarly that they were winning contests
Yeah.
and getting in the magazines.
Yeah, they
and
were
going on surf
You know,
trips.
they're-
early.
Back to it, their parents supported them and sent them to Oahu to
Yeah.
like the big stage and do all the big amateur events.
Yeah.
And, get recognized, get noticed, get sponsored, get paid. Turn into rock stars.
Did you
Yeah.
try to do contests?
Like I said, I didn't. Obviously it was probably like $20 to enter a contest, but
Yeah.
my dad wasn't giving me $20 to enter a contest. He
Yeah.
said, "Oh, you want to enter the contest? Go
Mow some
mow the
lawns.
yard,
and-
go
yeah.
wash some cars, go get some money and enter."
Yeah.
Good luck, But he wasn't like, "Oh, here's $25 go enter," or "Yeah, go to."
Which I
Oahu."
commend, because if you're serious
too.
about it, you'd be like, hey, if you really want to do this, let's see how serious you are.
But, I am like that as a parent too. Like, I want to invest in my children
For sure.
what they
Yeah.
want to or they're passionate about. But he was like, "Oh, since we moved to Kauai, you never would have made it if I didn't move you here as a kid." Yeah. It's
I already
all
did
good.
you a favor,
I
bro.
I just took the long route. It's no big deal. Like, it was cool to work a real job for 5 years, and then
Yeah.
you get paid for surfing. You're like, "Oh my god. Fuck, I'm glad I didn't throw in the towel and give
Yeah.
up because my dad said this or that,"
Yeah.
Like, I didn't
Well, things happen for a reason.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
But it is like a trip because, you can't convince somebody who's lived their life that, that way and hard and like, okay, this is what you fucking have to do,
This is what
son.
it takes.
This is what it takes. Like, you're not a Kelly Slater.
No.
You're not, there's only
Andy
one
Irons.
Kelly Slater.
There's only
Yeah.
one Timmy Kerr.
Only one
Yeah.
Andy Irons
There's
and there's Bruce. There's very few.
But
It's very,
you
very
as
rare.
as that like aspirational Grom,
Dreams. Yeah, I mean.
yeah, and seeing like that
witnessing,
gnarly
like,
talent pool. I keep going back to that. What is it?
no, like witnessing the talent pool.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, you see
Yeah.
what's going on over here? Like,
Yeah.
let's get me in the game here. Get me some boards. Let's
Yeah.
go to Oahu, North Shore. But
Yeah, it's pro surfing or any pro like you're a dime a dozen,
Yeah.
and that's the reality that you gotta, face and understand. But surfing's such an addiction
Yeah.
sport and lifestyle that it
And
can you can make a lot of wrong decisions chasing
you can waste a lot
the
of time.
right, yeah.
Waste a lot of money.
Plus, you're good, right? You're getting better and better, and you see other people getting better and better and getting stuff, right? Getting free clothes, getting fucking all that stuff, the
Getting all the
accolades
stuff
of it all.
that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want free clothes.
Yeah.
I want to go to
Yeah.
Indo on a boat trip.
I mean, all of that.
Like,
It's
if you look back on it all, you're like, man.
So did you ever get into contests?
Yeah, I did some contests. I just didn't do good in them. I don't know. It's like a different mindset. It even as, like winning the pipe trials or the backdoor shootout. Like, when I first went to the North Shore, I would get super nervous, because on Kauai you're just like surfing with your homies and there's no cameras, and then like going to the
Main
the
stage.
big stage. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, there's Derek Ho. Oh my god, there's
Yeah.
Johnny Boy Gomes. And, you like
Gnarly.
psych yourself out. So it took me a while to figure out my recipe, and my recipe was before a heat, I would pick up a shell off the beach, I'd put it in my mouth, and then I'd go out and that'll like distract me from what's going on.
Sucking on a, like, you know, playing with the shell.
Hook shell or
What the fuck?
So that made me like, and then eventually I got comfortable. I didn't have to do that anymore. But
you just took
it's
your mind
definitely
off of
like surfing the North Shore, or surfing a contest. It's a mental game, you know.
For
Like
sure.
you think of Kelly, like, how did you win 11? I'm like, oh, fucking guys, it's up there. It's between between the ears. Like you can be the best guy in the world, but then you put a jersey on, you just done.
It's
natural talent isn't always equate to winning contests.
Totally, yeah, 100%. And it's a lot of strategy.
And what's crazy is natural talent. You still have to have some kind of smarts or common sense to make it in surfing or in anything. But common sense, you have to have that.
In Hawaii, you got to mix in heavy water, big
balls.
waves, calculated risks, or just fucking send it and hope you don't die.
So going back to you as a Grom growing up, Kauai is like gnarly, right? Killer waves, perfect waves, but then waves of consequence.
It's kind of like a lot of diversity from whatever you want as growing up as a kid or a man or you know, beach breaks. Or
we didn't get taught water safety really. I mean, there's a junior guards program that, you know, some kids went through, but it's more daycare, and you know, they run through and they teach you currents and undertows. And like in Hawaii, you know, is there any sort of just learn by being out there? Like,
yeah, it's pretty much learn by experience.
Yeah.
And there's this one beach that had this like crazy river mouth, and there was always it's just a short break with the crazy river mouth. And in the summertime, we would just like pretty much just post up there all day, camp there, like, because you wanted to be in the ocean with some type of energy, even if you're boogie boarding or you're body surfing or
all the above.
Eventually we tried to surf it, but our boards just kept being destroyed. But that was like the good one to get you comfortable in like currents or just getting slammed or
getting tossed up,
yeah,
doing cartwheels underwater.
So
yeah, you learn that by body surfing and just sitting closeouts on a boogie.
Like when the river would, sometimes the river would close and then it'd open up and have those stationary waves, and you get sucked way out.
Yeah.
And then you have to like, just, you know, you can't swim straight in. You know, you gotta swim to the side and then swim back in down the beach. But
when did you get comfortable in the heavy stuff? Like how old?
I don't know.
14, 15?
Yeah, around there, you know, 13, 14.
Start putting on a little muscle, you know, a little stronger.
Look, I mean, I guess I was kind of like taller as well, so it made me feel a little more safer. I don't know. It's kind of like you go as you're comfortable. You know, there was no one like pushing you to like, oh. Because you kind of push amongst each other, like, oh, let's go surf on Lake today. It's huge. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go surf this place because it's smaller. Or like, oh, I'm going to the bay.
Because the group, Kamale, Kala, like, there's fucking gnarly dudes.
Like, you guys are going with me today out to the bay. You're like, oh, no, we're not. No, wait, no. Yeah,
we hear about
you out there.
Yeah, peer pressure it's real.
It's real,
like, the North Shore had Chester and Brock, right? And then your island had those guys. Yeah. So I could just imagine, like, the shit talking that they
like
give you, right?
You got Chava, like that's the whole. You know, but you're like a Grom, but you know them. They're like, oh, they'll drag you out.
Yeah.
If you want to go, I mean, my dad would take me out too, but it's like, it's
so.
Different.
Was your dad in the mix out there?
No, he wasn't like at the peak or nothing.
Yeah.
But you know, he had his little spots on the reef he'd like to sit at and wait and enjoy.
But how sick was it when for the first time when those guys are finally like realizing, hey, this dude can get out here?
That, you know, it's funny because that you don't really get the credit. It never really comes out like. It's more of like they're telling you how to get better in their own words. You know, you're like, oh, this one time Kai Borg was like, you're only as good as your equipment. And I looked at my board, I'm like, fuck.
True, but
I'm buying Arakawas now on. I'm like, I'm going to Eric's because I mean, I remember having an Eric when I was a kid, and obviously Andy rode Eric's, and I was like, and the one guy that was making my boards kind of worked at Eric's, and I was like, oh, do you think Eric will hook me up with like a brother price?
Yeah.
and I want to ride his boards, not your boards anymore, because I want to be on the best.
Yeah,
Pipe,
it's a
you
tough
know.
conversation to have, but
But no, he understood it, and I don't know if I got a brother deal, but like I said, in my mind, I was on the best equipment.
yeah.
So
Which
it's
is, we talk about stickers on your boards, do something with the
Psychological.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the boards and all of that, because it's
Especially
such a
on
head
North
game.
Shore.
Even
Yeah,
just
especially when somebody like Kyborg tells you that,
Oh my God, fuck.
and then you go, oh shit, you
And
know.
then as soon as you get on them, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I just.
your confidence level just goes.
Because you're like, if you think of it like an Eric Arakawa, you're like, oh my God, fucking Derrico, Michael Hall, like Ronnie Burns, all these guys have, this guy's been shaping boards for all these
Fucking
guys
the
for
best.
all these years at Pipeline,
Yeah.
Andy, freaking. So I'm like, if I can like, even if I don't even, I'm paying full
Yeah.
price. I'm investing in myself / my equipment. I'm gonna buy the best boards for me, and that's what it was at that time. And then kind of everything clicked after that. Maybe it was up here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or maybe it was. I always said it was the board. I'm like, oh, it's not me, it's the board.
Well, you've been told that. But
I just stand on it, and the board goes on autopilot, and here I am on the podium, or here I got the wave of the winner. Or,
Fucking crazy though, because like getting comfortable enough to paddle out, that's one thing, right? And then inching your
or
way,
like walk down the beach.
dude, right? Like I'm the biggest pussy you'll ever meet, okay? I'll admit it. But it always, it's the most interesting thing to meet people like you who we know goes on the biggest shit that they can get on, right? The hollowest, the fucking gnarliest, right? And
yeah, it's like
to get to that level of like comfortability,
Yeah.
like you said, walking down the beach,
Yeah.
and you know, for people that don't know, like waves of consequence will kill you or
Hurt you.
mutilate you pretty heavily. But you know, for you, you're like, okay, I'm on Kauai, I'm from Kauai now. I
gotta-
have to do this. I got these guys telling me, you know,
I went there after high school and it didn't work, so went back, got a job, worked for like 5 years, but I was still thinking in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna go back and try again. And then I met Jeff Hackman, obviously, because he still lives in Hawaii, but he hooked me up with Quiksilver, but through Europe, so it wasn't like a real thing.
so
He's
so backtrack a second. So what year how old were you?
this is like, I was like 23 or 24.
And
But
what
you
did
were
you
sponsored
do?
as a teenager? Not really?
No.
Really?
Wow.
So real quickly,
Just like free clothes.
Just a lot
free.
of, a lot of hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
I don't mind hand-me-downs.
so you never got sponsored?
I was
or-
there was this one brand, it's called OFE. I mean, I think the Malloys or Ocean Far East it was called, and they would
Ocean Far East?
Yeah, they bought me some boards, and I had a sticker on my board, but it wasn't like.
And how did that connect?
That happened through like a Chris Marseille. I don't know if you ever heard of that guy. He's just like
Okay, sounds familiar, but
he was the one like there was like Chris Marseille, there was Lion Hamilton, and then there was Kenny Marseille. There was like a little, another like not Hawaiian guys, put it that way.
Yeah.
But all like local guys that live there and served really good.
yeah.
But
Just trying to take care of.
Yeah, he tried to like
Quiksilver.
get me sponsored, so I got like 3 boards.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I don't even
Teens?
know. Yeah, probably still a teen, late teens, or
Okay.
yeah.
So you're not getting like free stuff occasionally. What was your first job? Like, how were you supporting like
I
your?
did a lot of lawn mowing.
Okay.
$5 an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if I work 7 hours, it's like $70. So, like, and then I started ordering like Mike Casey was another shaper on the North Shore. My
Yeah.
dad knew, so I got a couple of those. Like, it's like I
So
tried
is this
to-
after Aracot?
No, this is way before.
This is
Oh
like teenager.
shit!
Yeah, this when Arakawa happened, that's when I was getting paid by Quiksilver already. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
Okay.
take this money and I'm gonna buy boards.
Yeah.
And then,
So-
but before that, when I went after high school and it didn't happen, I'm like, I'm just gonna go back and like,
Like you mean go to the North Shore?
yeah, I went to
and,
the
like,
North Shore. It didn't
try-
happen. I'm like,
No
fuck.
sponsors.
No sponsors.
But
No,
char-
man.
I
you're
sent
charging-
my car over,
Yeah.
and me and Kamale had a place at Sunset at my Casey's house actually, and then it was like a poopy winter. In the
And
beginning.
Kamale was riding for Vulcan, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he was at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
It
So
was
you're
just-
seeing your friends.
Oh, Andy is on MCD.
Yeah.
Bruce is on Volcom. Like we were
All your friends are connected.
yeah,
hooked
Fuller,
up, fully sponsored.
Hawaiian, like everyone's Merle Jones, like everyone.
And if you want to make
Roy.
make a pro surfing attempt, you got to go to the North Shore
Yeah.
and kind of earn
Yeah.
your keep and get some. What was your
Oh, that's
goal?
true.
Compete and get
No, I
coverage.
just wanted to like
Get-
get coverage.
Get a cover
noticed.
pipe or.
I wasn't even, I was still like a teen, you know, you're like, I want just to get comfortable, or like you said, it takes so long.
Yeah.
Like when, not to skip ahead, but like when like Gabriel Villaran or like Ballaram, when Ballaram came to the North Shore first time, he was like 12 or 13. I'm like, and you know.
It's like the Hobbits, like they were just
Yeah,
groomed from.
I'm like, dude, you just have to go out.
Yeah.
It's like third reef onshore. I'm like, just make it out.
Yeah.
You can have dinner. So that was like, this is probably another whole other story,
Yeah,
but,
dinner.
but like get comfortable. It takes years, and you know, you look back
yeah.
on like those guys and like, look how good he is out there. Look,
So,
you know, but
Yeah, it's not
So-
overnight. It's,
No.
they pay their dues.
So the contest thing wasn't your
No.
forte, but you were gonna try to make a name for
I was just
yourself.
trying to get recognized. You're like, oh, you know,
You
you
shipped
look
your
at
car
guys-
over there?
Yeah, I shipped my car. So I was the one guy that had a car. So I was like the Uber driver for everyone.
Okay.
And then it was kind of a poopy beginning of the winter.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna have to get a job at the chart house, like being on like a dishwasher. No one else is working. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be the only guy working here, so I fucking just bailed and went back to Kauai and worked over there
Yeah.
for like 5
It's
years.
kind of gnarly, right? Like you're, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but you're seeing your friends achieve things, and you're like on the cusp of it, right?
I mean, they were like 100 times better than me.
But you know what I mean? Like
I was just like next to them,
You're there.
like, sleepovers, you know, we were
Yeah.
hanging out all the time, but it's like they got, you know, a little bit of investment from,
For sure.
you know, support from your,
and that's
how
so
you have kids, like,
frustrating, right?
yeah, a little bit.
And,
But
and
I knew my time was coming.
Yeah.
I just had to,
Pay your dues and
I just had to
figure out.
not give up. on
Yeah.
so was there like, were you getting shots in the mag during this time? Nothing.
What was your first magazine shot?
My first mag shot was, I don't know if, I think it was Trans World came over to do a thing. I mean, I guess they got the green light from someone, and they did a thing on Kauai where, you know.
Not really naming
build-
spots, but the kids
like,
and surfing.
you know, Bilderback swam out, Bilderback came over
Yeah.
and did it all. And
No,
obviously,
no landscape in the back, just all water.
Chavo's there, so all the right people were there. I mean, we were kids. I mean, my shot was on one of Andy's boards, so it wasn't like
Yeah.
it. You know, but it was my name. It was
Ah, Andy grew up. Look how big he is.
So
You
that
got
was
it.
like my first one, and then it was on Kauai of all places. You know, it wasn't like. But then my next one was on the North Shore.
Yeah.
I went back.
Well, those are milestones, like, you know, getting your first sponsor, getting a magazine shot, like they're, you know.
Those are the stepping stones of getting a contract or money. Or, yeah.
You see where you want to go, but you have to get there, and that's where all those little steps.
So were you part of the whole pine trees thing too?
I was, but at the same time, Pine Trees wasn't like the best beach break.
Yeah.
So I knew somewhere else, other spots were better, so I'd like get off the bus and like hitchhike there.
Mm.
Or a lot of people would get off the bus and just like boom, straight to Pine Trees because
Yeah.
you live
Easy
right there.
Because
It's
that
a
was
beach
like
break.
the competitive hub.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to do the contest and be on the Honolulu Surf Company team and like
Yeah.
do it all and get a ride to the south side for the event, but I just like when you're not making a heater, you know, or not
Yeah.
getting any, and you're like, this isn't fun. I just keep losing.
Yeah. Contest surfing is,
It's you know, it's
I mean,
different.
if you can do it, killer, but it's so different from what
Yeah.
you do now.
like I
Or
just
you
wanted to
did.
I wanted to be like Strider, you know, or I
Fuck
wanted to
yeah.
be like a free surfer like Rostovich, or I'm trying to think of a free surfer like Todd Morcom, or
Yeah,
those guys.
Donovan.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Donovan, like
You're like, these guys rip, they
Like-
just travel and,
Yeah.
and
yeah, like
looks like
Brady
they're
Diaz, like just get paid to surf good waves.
Yeah.
Make a little bit of money.
And
I
that
didn't
time,
realize all
that's the time of the free surfer.
Yeah.
Like that was when
There
it
was a
like-
lot of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
So many.
But it was like Lar was a free surfer. Yeah.
You know,
Like there's
I
those
tried the
guys,
contest scene.
they just get paid to surf pipe. I'm like, I want to get paid to surf pipe.
Yeah,
That was
right.
it. That's their job, to go to pipe, catch a wave, or get barrel, be the guy, or be
So
one of the guys.
when was the first time you surfed pipe?
Like real pipe,
Yeah.
I think when I was like 17, because I took my Christmas break and I looped on another, like, it was a bad story, or it was a bad lie, I don't want to say it. I said I was going to a funeral, in South Carolina. So I got to stay 3 weeks on the North Shore, and that was pretty much like my first, like, oh my God.
Proper middle winter.
I don't think I caught any waves, but just being out in the lineup watching, like, oh, I watched Joel Fitzgerald drop in on Davian Hopgood on that wave, or you see the shots in the mag later, you're like, oh, it's out that day.
Yeah.
So that was like the first, like, wow. And then,
did you what was your expectation and what was your realization?
I wasn't ready, and
like weight is heavier than you expected.
1,000 times heavier.
Right?
There's no way. Like, everyone's like, oh, how do you practice for pipe? I'm like, there's no way in the world that make you practice for pipe.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You can't practice for it, and then you have to, like, practice up here for it too. Like, there's like a double whammy of, like,
Because you come from waves of consequence,
but nothing like that.
But nothing like that.
Nothing that can kill you.
Yeah.
And
there's only sorry to keep
but
on you, but like there's chopu, there's pipeline.
Chopu's different though. It's not the same.
No, pipe is one couple degree differences, swell direction, and it's like completely.
Like, chopu's perfect compared to pipe.
Yeah. It's here, there, mixed swells, double up swells. Most dangerous is when like two
guys like
swells
me don't know anything.
Yeah.
Right? And we look at it, we just go, oh my God, that's fucking gnarly. And then they all look fucking gnarly.
All of them.
And then guys like you who have experienced it and lived through it and bested it, you're like, oh shit, you can determine, you have the authority to say pipe's gnarly.
I mean, it's crazy to say that because it's like, oh, not to compare anything, but like, I don't even know how many people have died at pipe,
Yeah.
Like, I think one guy died at choke. Like I said, I don't even like think about that guy.
No, but it's
pipe has killed so many people.
Yeah. So many.
Messed up.
Or near death. Yeah. Or it's just it's a crazy slab.
So 17 years old, you spent a couple weeks there.
And then I went back but like I said, then when I went there after high school thinking it was gonna be all, rainbows and unicorns and every day is firing, it was rainy and, poopy, but then I went back to Hawaii and just worked for not a long time, but like 4 or 5 years, and like I said.
What'd you do for work?
I did the whole whatever, just clean up the job site for my dad on his job site, or mow yards with this other guy, and then I worked at this restaurant called Wake Up Cafe in Hawaii for like 5 years, and that was like I started as the dishwasher, and then they like fired the lunch cook, and I'm like, oh, who's the new guy? And they're like, you.
Wow.
Me? I'm like, and obviously, it's like I said, it's a mind thing. You're like, I can't. What do you mean me? I'm just like the dishwasher kid. They're like, oh no, it's super easy. You just flip the burger and drop the fries, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, it was a very small kitchen, which I think made it extra easy because everything was like accessible. So I worked, and it was a good gig because it was like 11 to like 2, so I could surf all morning, go in, get paid. I got paid every day.
So it's like a breakfast, lunch.
It was breakfast, lunch, but I was like the lunch guy. So I would surf all morning, go in at lunch, work a couple hours, and then go surf again.
Finding a job that could coexist with your like surfing life is, and a lot of them are not pretty fun killer jobs.
Yeah, this one was fun because everyone would come in and eat there. Like,
but
so you did that for
I did that for like 5 years.
5 years, and during that time, what was your like? Were you still like yearning to be a pro surfer?
No, totally, yeah, 100%. Everyone was like, "Why aren't you?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't like the woe is me, but it was just like I said, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
In hindsight, if you look back on it now, but I never like threw in the towel. So obviously, being on Kauai and being surrounded by all those, all your big time friends that are making it famous, and making an awesome living off surfing. So eventually, you're gonna meet the right person through your friends, or or they're gonna validate you. Like basically,
That's part of life, man, having a network like
Lonnie
that.
Watson, who owned the restaurant, she was like good friends with Jeff Hackman. So Runman made me a little edit, and we gave it to Jeff Hackman.
Runman 69 Runman?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, so he made me a little
Is
edit.
he on Kauai or something?
Yeah, he's been there forever.
Okay.
So he made me a little edit, gave it to Jeff.
So small.
And
I've
then
never knew that.
Jeff said, you know, we don't really sponsor people in America. Like, we're Europe, you're in Hawaii. Like, it's not really going to work, but I can open the door for you, and the rest is up to you, Reef.
Nice.
So,
Because he was part of
He was-
Quiksilver Europe.
yeah, he was over there. So, anyway, after going, I went to Europe with them for a couple summers, and then I met Taylor Wisnan,
Yep.
and, you know, he's like, oh, I heard so much about you. What do you want to do? I'm like, I want to get paid to surf, and, you know, he kind of just laughed. He's like, I can't do that for you, but, you know.
So wait, you're like 20-something years old,
Yeah, like,
and you start going to Europe for what? Like,
just to, like, you know, because
During the event, like the
no,
contest?
before. I would just go just to hang out, and just, they would be like, oh, you should come to Europe with us.
to do what?
Just be a European for the summer. I don't know, like, if you go, when you're on Kauai, you're like, go to France? That sounds
Yeah.
amazing. Okay.
But they're gonna pay for you to go there.
No, I think I worked but I got to stay with them right
Okay.
there at Cote d'Ivoire.
Like, we'll take care of you if you could get here
if you
and
did,
come
yeah.
hang out.
Yeah,
And
totally.
Not for like a specific title or role or anything.
No, it's just like
To
I
hang.
was good friends with Jeff's son Ryan, so we would just like freaking go to Hossegor. Met, like I said, I met Pierre back then when he
Yeah.
was like a shop owner, and like I met so many people over those years of going there, kind of like
And Taylor Wisnan at the time was like
he was in
running
charge of America.
marketing.
So I met like Bob McKnight, I met all Harry Hodge, I met all these like upper echelon of Quiksilver, and then
Yeah.
finally met Taylor, and he was like I told you, I want to get better service, whatever, kid. And then I'm like, how about this? Well, can you buy me 5 round trips inter-island? Because back then it was like paper tickets, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, so you bought me 5 round trips, and I knew Strider, so I'd come to the house on the North Shore for like 2 weeks, stay in the house, and then I'd go back to Kauai with my round trip, and I'd work, pay my rent, and then
Next
then I'd go back to the house, and I did that 1 year, 1 season, and I'm like, oh, on my head, I'm like, I just gotta get one wave.
Yeah.
One wave. And I don't know what year it was, and it was the Hanson's Energy Pro or whatever, and it was like firing, like 4 days in a row. I wasn't in the contest, I was just like a Grom, just watching.
Free surfing.
And we're like, okay, the final's on, Bruce is in the final, and I'm like, okay, when the horn sounds, me, Fuller, and Nate Fletch were like, we need to be at Third Reef when the horn sounds.
Because it's firing.
Because it's firing, and as soon as that horn blows, like, that next set we gotta be on, and the horn sounds, and here comes the set, and I'm like, who's going on the first one? I'm like, you are. I'm like, okay, I'm going on the first one. So I went on the first one, rode it. I didn't even know I was really in the barrel. I didn't feel like I was in the barrel. But anyway, Hank, who was on retainer with Quiksilver at the time, he was sitting there on his jet ski.
In the channel?
On the channel, yeah. It was super west. It was, I don't know if it was more west back in those days, but it was just bending out to sea, but like huge. And I didn't really know Hank.
Yeah.
But O'Mayan was like, dude, you see that shot? It was on film. He's like, did you see that shot Hank got of you? I'm like, who's Hank? And then eventually I saw the shot, and I'm like, oh my god. And they're like, oh, Taylor's like, okay, we're going to use this shot for the trade show in San Diego. When is it, September or whatever?
Yeah.
So they kind of sat on the shot for a long time. And then I remember at the time I was also like, worked for this other guy, my friend. He did like in-house catering, and we went to like the Hamptons for like 3 months, and I was like his little like, go to the store, cut this, like made a lot of money fast.
What a cool experience though.
And then, you know, if surfing didn't work out, that's probably what I would have went down on that angle. But then I was in New York, and I'm like, okay, the trade show's happening. I'm gonna go. I'm out of here. I'm like, I gotta go to the trade show. I like got to the trade show, and I was like,
Huge banner view.
the entrance was that photo on both sides, and they did the whole. The next winter was like the kickoff winter 03-04 Reef McIntosh Quiksilver.
Fuck.
And then Taylor's like, okay, we'll pay you a little bit.
And then we did. They also did a photo shoot on Kauai with like Danny Cass, like all these like
Quiksilver
all these people,
athletes.
Marzo, Valier, Fuller, we were all. They kind of paid me that to be like the
Model.
whatever. No. I was like the associate. Like,
Producer or
whatever.
Coordinator.
Like, they're coordinating like
Yeah.
landscapes or like event coordinator.
Like your local, you know.
Location or something like. So they gave me a little chunk there, and Shane Magnuson was there, and he was just on the cover of Surfer, and I was like, oh, so what do you get? He's like, oh, I get like 2,500.
Yeah.
I mean, I was psyched with 500, and then I was like, because I don't know if it's because I was older. I was like, I want to fucking aim high, and if they
Settle.
shut me down,
Yeah.
I'll settle for that.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
So I threw it up. I'm like, okay, if you're getting 2,500, but you're on the cover, I'm a nobody. But I was
is this
like,
$2,500 a month?
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
2,500. I'm like 1,700. Okay, perfect. I'm like, I can ask for more as with Taylor.
Yeah.
And so, it was okay, cool. Then,
Okay, can we stop really quick? So
I got a
Here
picture
you
of me in my first check in Hackman's house.
here you are, fucking slaving away at a restaurant, and you meet Jeff Hackman, who started Quiksilver USA with Bobby Knight. And he's not even part of Quiksilver USA. He's part of Quiksilver Europe. And he says, I'll hook you up.
Well, it was more, like I said, like someone like Lonnie Watson, like,
Made that
validated
happen.
me.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff, you gotta check this kid out. He's
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's like,
Connections.
He's never even seen you surf.
No, he's seen me, so he's like, oh, you're that kid that went over the falls that one time when you tried to pull back and you went over?
Yeah.
I'm like, that was me. That was that one time. He's like, yeah.
Because McKnight is a gnarly surfer.
Yeah.
I mean, not McKnight, sorry, Hackman.
Yeah.
Hackman's
So
gnarly.
he was out in Honolulu, and I remember this. I mean, when you're ground, you're probably on
Nobody
too-
remembers
too-
the good ones.
Too small of a board, and you like paddled for this wave. I didn't get it. Tried to pull back, and I just fucking went over. It was totally fine. But he's like, "Yeah, you're that kid." I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." But
And you started going to Europe, to France, just to hang and whatever.
drink wine.
Yeah. But what a weird way to make your way into the Quiksilver world,
Yeah.
right? Because, I mean, you're going there, you want to be, you're making friends and networking, you're networking,
Yeah,
right?
basically before I even knew what networking
Yeah.
was. But yeah.
And then, boom, you get this phenomenal wave by Hank, and that starts your career. At what age are you?
Like probably 24.
24.
So when
Which
you're
is
turning 24. It's technically really old. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which
you don't
is-
make it then. It's
which
over.
is fucking old to start getting a contract
No, yeah.
for $1,700,
Yeah.
which is fucking crazy story.
Well, part of like being in France and eventually meeting Taylor because he was in France, that was like, I feel like I met the upper echelon of Quiksilver before I met like the workers. Like I never, Todd Klein
Yeah.
or, Chad Wells or
Yeah.
all those people that kind of like do the daily. I met those guys before I met those guys where technically these are the guys that were going to
Set
take
yeah.
you to that, but it was
Right.
more of this was telling them to
Yeah.
do that for him.
I mean, that's Hackman and and going to Europe. I mean, just think of how busy those guys are with all the, I mean, Quiksilver's huge, and they have
Massive.
Yeah.
amateur teams that are all over both coasts, Hawaii. They're just
Yeah.
and here you come in just
We love how the Matt Keckleys, the Striders, like the Quiksilver, it's a business, but there's some gnarly fucking real surfers, of course, fuck surfers that ran the thing,
Yeah.
and
surfers.
to you saying earlier, like, I want to do what Strider does, right? And you're like, what the fuck does Strider do?
That's a good time.
Everybody
Surfs
asked
good
that
waves.
for like 20 years. Like, what?
And
the
they're
fuck
still
is
asking
Strider do?
today.
Yeah.
They're still asking what a
But
stranger
at one point in time, he was marketing guy.
Yeah.
he was-
But it's so funny because he,
It was like ambassador, then like marketing, ran the house, and like he just was at
But
every good
yeah,
wave all the time.
but he said it many times on his interviews, right? And he actually said it, I think, on our interview, where he met some guy on the beach smoking a joint, and he says, "Dude, all you need is one," and
Yeah.
that's what
Right,
you
yeah.
you did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the plan because when your mind kind of catches up with your body, when you're like still developing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the master plan, but it was the simple plan because I
Yeah.
knew there was so many guys getting paid to serve pipe. I'm like, oh, I just want to be one of those guys that, whatever, 500, 1700, whatever it is. If I can just make a little crumb and just
Yeah.
have a couple years of.
And the guys that you said you paddled out with, you know, like what a weird, that whole story is so fucking amazing because it's like the waves are firing, the finals just ended, and you had a plan.
Well, everyone's just raging, you know. Like,
Yeah.
oh, finals day, someone's gonna win. There's gonna be a huge party. Meanwhile, like me and Nate and Danny had their little plan back here because everyone was like, I feel like was hammered and not gonna paddle out, or maybe they're gonna paddle out later.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to be out there
Before-
when that horn blows,
yeah.
before everyone else comes out.
Because that's what happens. Is
That's what, yeah.
everybody comes out. And
But if you paddle out 20 minutes into the final to make it through the shore break to be out the back when the horn blows, you're gonna be
Too late.
you're going to be ahead of all the guys that are waiting for the
Oh, yeah,
horn to
yeah,
blow
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
paddle out.
Yeah.
Because the paddle out could take an hour.
Whose idea was this? Yours?
I mean, it was probably Danny or me. I mean, we know when you're watching pipe and it's firing, you
Yeah.
just want to like, God, man, I love being in this contest right now. But I probably would have been nervous and like not even caught a wave. But
Yeah.
as soon as it blows, I'm like, oh, what's on?
Did you have the intention of getting a shot, or you just wanted to get a good wave?
You're not like, that's the funny thing. Back then, there were so many cameras. You're like, if I get a good one, someone's gonna take a photo of it.
Yeah. It's surfing, you know, that's the goal, right? Get
Get a
recognition and
Yeah.
get a shot and stuff. But just to like get a good one in front of amongst your peers,
Yeah.
like that is just as rewarding
rewarding.
because you know it's like, hey, did you see me? Did you see
That
one?
was the money shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which-
that was the big stage shot.
That it's so crazy that that's the paradigm shift in your life.
Yeah.
You look at your, Danny and fucking Nate going, who's going? And then you end
Well,
up
it was funny because they were already kind of
Making
established.
it.
They're established. They're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
paid. So everybody. I feel like a lot of people wanted me to get that too. So they're
Your
kind of like,
chance.
yeah, you go.
Yeah.
You go in the first. The next one was good too. Fuller got a 6 shot on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one shot has happened to a lot of
to
people.
a lot of people.
You know, so it's
Just
not
like Strider.
Strider, Resolve, that one
Resolve,
pipe,
yeah.
and it's just pipe specifically, but
Yeah.
like there's some iconic shots that
There's career
stand the
makers.
test, stand the test of time,
Yeah.
that are memorable.
And it's crazy that it just takes that.
Just,
The split second of
I mean, obviously going on the wave, but yeah, it's just that. Because
Because Strider kind of did the same thing. We bringing him up because it's relative. He's like,
got
just
that cover.
got the
just-
cover. Yeah.
almost
on the
falling
cover.
off.
He was like almost falling off. Yeah, on like a bear or something. He was right. Or those, no, it was a man.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know. I guess you never know until you go, right?
Yeah.
So this enabled you to put more time in on the North Shore, or do some. What was your first? You talked about your graduation trip to Fiji
Yeah.
or Tahiti. Where did you go?
Fiji.
Fiji.
Yeah.
And was that your first like
International
like surf trip?
Yeah. There's one more thing in the middle of all of it that I broke my leg.
Oh
like,
shit.
Like I was going to this was like the year after Fiji, and my next year I'm like, oh, I want to go to Tahiti, and I was gonna go to Kamale, and I was gonna be there for my 21st birthday, Tahiti first time, couldn't wait, and then like 10 days before we were supposed to leave, I was skateboarding down the road with my other friend, and we drank a 40 before we went skateboarding. And my friend pulled up with his truck, and I was hanging onto his window talking to him. He's only going like 1 mile an hour, but
Yeah.
he went a little bit faster, and my arms extended out like that. And I had a long skateboard, and the tire caught the skateboard
And
and
it sucked you.
I didn't let go though.
Mm.
It just sucked my leg under.
Oh my
And, like,
god.
compound fracture. The bones were like sticking out. So
Fuck.
that was like a year out of my life. That kind of like
That's a year. That's a game changer.
So there's a lot of
That
laying
ends your
around,
career.
like, thinking and blah blah blah. So
That can end your career.
yeah.
And is that what it flashed through your
No, because I was still kind of 21, still young.
You're
you know?
still-
I'm
you're still
I'm
indestructible.
Gonna be back
Yeah.
better than ever. It's gonna take a year to feel comfortable, like doing what I normally do in your mind, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
I did
A lot of time to reflect.
lots of that, and you know, kind of like you're starting from ground zero. I started surfing on a longboard, and then slowly shrunk the longboard down, and then you slowly get back to your normal board. But yeah, that was a solid year.
Fuck. That's gnarly. So you did that. Did you ever make it to Tahiti?
I did make it to Tahiti, yeah, because
that's not off the bucket list.
No.
You know, you're like,
I just didn't. When Kamale came back from the trip, he's like, "Oh, look at this right I surfed." I was like, "Oh, fuck!" But you know, I made it because once I first got on Quiksilver, I would still like not getting paid. I just had the sticker on my board. I would still like work throughout the winter a little bit to save up some money to like. I'm going to Tahiti for 2 months, and I got a suitcase full of food and mac and cheese and tuna, and I'm just gonna buy some baguettes and just, like I said, pitch a tent at Bon Jovi, or so I did that for a couple summers of Tahiti life for sure.
It's paying your dues.
I didn't even, but the funny part is I didn't really even surf Chopes. I went there like once, or that Bon Jovi time, but it was like I said, it was just, you just didn't look at forecast, then you just go and stay.
Yeah.
Freaking Tapuna or wherever, and then the next year I went back and I met some people on Moorea, and I just went straight to Moorea. Like, I'm just better waves here, or longer waves at Kapiti and all those waves over there. So that was another summer I just like stayed on Moorea for like 2 months.
So rad.
So when you connected with Quiksilver, did Taylor connect you with the U.S. guys and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
did you
ish.
start like? Did they start planning shit for you, or?
That was kind of right around like Strider's transition to where he started was like making calls, and you know, like once I got paid, that next winter was great. And then when the house ended, he's like, I went back to Kauai, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to Tahiti in 10 days. You got your passport, right?" Then that's when I got to like. That was the
So he called, he's like, we're getting you on trips.
We're going here, you, me, Fuller, Nate, or you know, whoever it was, and then come back from Tahiti, and you're like, "Oh, I'm quiet." He's like, "We're going to Indo on a boat trip. You, me, Fuller, Nate, Batet, Bull, Mayan." I'm like, "Fuck, going to freaking Indo." Like all that stuff that you dreamed about was like happening, and like I said, he was kind of waving the flag and making the call, like, "Okay, we're gonna go on this trip."
And Strider is so fucking old school.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like he didn't go to college.
No.
He's scrappy.
He's a gut decision maker, right? And it's awesome because he's like he's like as core as fucking anybody, right? But they're pretty good calls, right?
But he knows how to maximize his position and opportunity.
We were all going to Chopes. You know, that was like an annual every year. After once Hawaii was done, going to Chopes, boys. We got the place here. Hank's coming. Like, Nate got me on Vans. I was on like Vans for 9 years. So
holy shit.
And then like Sonny got me on Rockstar. So the whole thing started filling up on my board. And
so did you finally call your dad and go, guess what, sucker?
It wasn't a finally call, because obviously he's like a proud parent.
Yeah, he's seeing you.
Sure.
He's like, "Yeah, you did it." I'm like, and I think it was when I was like,
how surprised was he though, right?
Yeah, it'd be cool if he was sitting here. He probably deny everything, but I was like, "I'm gonna buy a house on Kauai, and you're gonna live in it."
Fuck.
From pro surfing.
Yeah.
Something he said I'd never turn into, but. Anyway, I had a goal was to own a house by the time I was 30.
Yeah.
So I hit the goal, and he's been, now I'm gonna.
Dude, that's incredible, right? Like to slug it out.
Yeah.
And not be bitter about not getting your day in the sun, and then it finally happens, and not like alienating yourself from your dad, because your dad's only. I mean, that's common sense. Like, you're not going to be a pro surfer, son. You know, like, that's good reality smacking you in the face. But I'm sure when it starts happening, when you start getting a check, and you start accumulating checks,
you start taking your dad to Tahiti on the surf trip with you, or
that's so that's the most rewarding thing you can fucking say, right? Like,
Well, yeah, you're always asking or hoping to get parents' approval and live up to, like, you know, like that's,
I mean,
that never ends, you know, like that's just being
full circle. Even my daughter, she's 11. She's like, Daddy, I want to be a pro surfer. I'm like, okay, well, you got a lot of work to do.
a lot. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can do it if you want to do it. It's gonna be hard.
And that's,
let me call Grandpa real quick.
yeah, but that's,
But,
you
yeah.
know, giving your kids a better opportunity than you had. I think that's what the being you know,
Yeah.
a good parent is
For sure.
whether it's selfish or not, because again, there's a lot of, like, I would love my kids to be pro surfers, and I get to go on trips all around the world on somebody else's dime. That would be amazing, but that's pretty selfish, I think. But if your kids are into it, they're into it, and you're going
I'm
to support
supporting
them.
it. Yeah, exactly. But if she changed her mind tomorrow, I'll be like, okay, yeah,
Whatever.
whatever. Be karate, you know, or
Yeah.
be tennis, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna support it.
And it's hard because you get around other parents, they know who you are, and it's like, oh, your kid's you're not grooming them already, and you know, like they would just expect it, being a second generation like pro surfer, and it's happened time and time again where a lot of
It's so crazy.
the parents don't push it, or some do.
It's so crazy because here I am saying, dude, you gotta have common sense and you gotta have this and that. You gotta be smart about it. How the fuck do people become professional surfers? There's
a lot of different ways,
right? It's like, but there's no common sense in that. Like your dad, you talking to your dad early on, saying I'm gonna be a pro surfer. Like, no, dude, you're not, because that's not common sense. Like, how many people can do that,
like,
right?
dream.
I don't even think my dad knew what a pro surfer was. At the
Yeah.
time, maybe he knew Tom Curran but
Yeah.
I didn't think
Yeah.
anything from Hawaii.
Yeah, I think when my parents were paying for contests, you know, and it's expensive, and boards and wetsuits,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like, they stopped having to pay for that stuff at an early age, and they're like, well, you know, pro surfing is probably not a deal, but at least we don't have to pay for shit right now, you know, like,
Suits,
yeah, you know, it saves them a
save
lot
us
of money. So it's usually a smalling, you know, baby step kind of, you know, from, you know, but
That's
you
good
didn't
points.
have that, you know, where Bruce and them are 15 or getting like money and everything paid for, traveling all over the world, and yours came later and you had to
I was
grind
kind of
it.
just like living my dreams through them.
Yeah.
They made it. Yeah, we all made it. Kind of thing. But another like a validation thing was like after we did that photo shoot on Kauai, I forgot this part. We were going to Vegas for Clay Abubo's bachelor party.
No way.
And so the photo shoot is done. We're all going. Andy Bruce, flying, all like big group of guys, everybody. And Taylor's like this. Can I come with you guys? And we're like, yeah. So he came to Vegas with us.
Awesome.
And like, I don't know how excited they were. They got him in a room and they're like, you're gonna fucking pay Reef. Reef's the guy. You guys better fucking take care of him. Because Taylor was there when the whole
Yeah.
Andy Quiksilver thing fell apart.
Yep.
They didn't, I don't know the exact details, but so they already had kind of a little thing going on. But
You need another boy over here on the
you're
island.
gonna sponsor my boy. You're gonna pay my boy.
That's so awesome.
So now,
It's funny how
you
there's
want to come to
still
Vegas with us? Okay.
there's still like
It's gonna cost you.
backroom deals that have to be made.
Oh,
Right?
for sure. And that's what's
I-
great about, you know, these conversations, and just about like you said, there's no blueprint of becoming a pro surfer. Like everybody has it. Oh, you know, national champ, amateur this, and that's
Yeah.
very few. And you know, there's a lot of little corners of the earth that have incredible surfers.
Yeah.
That how did that person from this place, and
Yeah.
Kauai being one of
There's
those,
so
like
many
a
guys that
little.
surf so good that could have been pro surfers, but
Yeah.
I
crazy.
watched.
But I think Taylor was going to take care of me anyway. But
Yeah.
definitely that was like the icing on the cake.
Oh, you ever
Yeah.
want to come to Hawaii or Kauai specifically?
yeah.
You better take care of.
This is it.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I was just gonna say, I watched the Burger interview with you, and how you're talking about pipe, and he's like, nobody showed me shit out here,
Yeah.
out there. I went out on the shittiest days and found it on my own.
Yeah.
So tell us, going back to that, because that's kind of where you
Proving
made your
ground.
mark, right?
Yeah. That's kind of the only place you can make a mark back then in the surf world to get paid to surf one wave. Like if you were to go back and be like, okay, there's probably like 50 guys out there that was their specialty was pipeline. But obviously that house that Quiksilver rented there for whatever it was, like 20 years or maybe 21 years. I think I was there on the second year of them renting it, but that was like when people would complain like, oh, I'm not getting paid. I'm like, you're missing the big picture here. This house is worth like $1 million right here. Like, you should just be in this house freaking the whole season, and then maybe after you like committed to the house / the wave that's right in front of the house, that's it. There's the payday waiting for you out there. And if you're at the house, you get these windows where, you're like, he came in and he came in. I think I can go out right now.
Yeah.
Maybe sneak one in, because there's the lineup's only so big, but
There are a lot of big names out there all the time.
A lot of that, and then like I said, it's only like the Ballaram or the Gabe Villain or people that come through and stay with me once I was kind of on that other side of it. Like I did that. That was my map. Like you just go and you just surf it, good, bad, big, small, onshore, wrong direction. And you just, body surf. I don't know about snorkeling because it might get scary looking down there, but just being out there, putting the time in, and just, like I said, another time, I don't know, I was like, it was the day after Thanksgiving this one time, and it was really big, and it was really good, and everyone was there, Medina, everyone was there. Like, it was during the Triple Crown. And Kaloe was like, he was kind of grommy at the stage, but he's on tour. He's like, oh, that was a nice wave. I was like, yeah, I saw it coming from a mile away. He's like, what do you mean you saw it coming from a mile away? I'm like, well, there's this bump over there that if I see that bump stand up, that means paddle this way, and then the wave's gonna be there.
He's tripping.
Wow.
But I would think I might have said it's kind of like you at lowers, like you know exactly where to be.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. Like you put your time in, you choose your places. But obviously, if your home breaks lowers, he's a wizard out there to where. At Pipe, there's a lot of guys that are like wizards out there, or
it's very. I mean, it's
shifty.
when you see all the videos and Wave of the Winners or it's not perfect often. Yeah. Very, very. It's pretty messed up and it's pretty closeouts and it's challenging. So you have to put those days in. Yeah.
Like you said, you gotta.
Because those are when you're gonna get the diamond in the rough. Because when it's really good, you're so far down the list, and you're just out there to observe for most part. And
exactly observe.
Like not die.
There's videos and you can see it, but when you're in real life, in the pit, with the gnarliest frothers that are most aggressive guys, trying to get a wave around you, above you, on top of you, and then you're the one that gets it.
Yeah,
like that's fucking crazy, right? Like,
no, it's great. I mean, I'm not the most aggressive person either, so it's kind of like I said, when you're on the other side of it, where you're kind of semi-established in the lineup and people know who you are, and they're like, oh, you paddle, they don't paddle for the wave, but most of those guys that are paddling for it are your friends.
Yeah,
you're like, oh,
he's not gonna get mad at me.
He's not, or you're like, oh, he's not gonna drop in on me. But sometimes there's that, friends do drop in on friends. But then there's a lot of times where, if you hold your ground and that's your spot, you've been waiting in your spot after all those sets and this and that, and then that wave shows up and they're like, oh, fucking Reef's been waiting over there for like 3 hours. Like how Wakita has his spot. Yeah. Like you just kind of go to your spot and you wait. And if it doesn't come, I've waited freaking hours and hours, not even caught a wave. I'm like, I didn't catch a wave in 5 hours.
We don't need to name names, but has there been times where you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Where somebody just blatantly dropped in on you and...
Totally. You probably ask Jamie, mate,
it's happened to everybody.
It's windy, glare. I mean, you don't know. You might know when people are sitting out there, but once waves start coming in and people shifting and moving, and fuck, you don't know. Like, worst thing to do is to pull out and that person didn't go, or
Is there somebody that's done it too many times though, where you're like, bruh?
No, because most of the time your friends are super apologetic.
Yeah.
I understand it. Fuck, it's
you're up next. So we know. I just gotta do it. you know, I always trip because now, you know, like Pipeline it's still the mecca of, you know, the highlight of the North Shore, but then like now the outer reefs and all the like towing and, you know, people make names for themselves by just surfing like fucking when it gets 25 feet or bigger, you know?
Yeah, there's lots of options now. I don't know if it's like social media made it all happen, but
Yeah.
you can kind of, there's a lot of platforms out there, I mean lineups I should say, that you can just use to make a name for yourself.
Was that, you know, and I brought that up because it's like, you know, you fucking charred and was there like, you know, hey, Pipeline's, it's only good part of the year, you know, window's pretty small, like I need to keep my name out there, like, or were you now searching to like chase, now that you have a little bit more means and backing, like?
You get your roadmap down for the year really fast. You're just like, okay, North Shore, and then after that you're like, I'm either going to Porto, or I'm going to Tahiti, or I'm going to Fiji, or, you know, whatever's in your, you know, your budget, but you're always going there with a staff photographer.
Yeah. And you're camped out. You're not like,
and you're like, oh, Mexico's cheap. I'm gonna go to Porto for 3 weeks. With Russo. He works for surfing. We're gonna get spreads. Or Eichner. Like, you knew the guys that you want to get your face in front of their lens. So that was kind of it. Like, you're like, what are we doing this summer? Where are we going? Like, you're on retainer with bands, or fucking you work for this magazine. I was only gonna
and that's the, you know, it's good to bring up because that's the side, not hustle, but that's the, what you have to do to, you have to network. It's a business. You have to like, okay, I got the photographer, I'm gonna go with these guys because they all charge and they're cool, and whether it's we're on the same sponsor or just your bros, it's like you have to put in that time, but you want, you know, it's like, dude, what's better than to go on a surf trip with like a few bros and you're like, we're here for 3 weeks.
I was going on search trips with Ken Reed. He's like, oh, it's surfer mag trip to Indo. I'm like, sweet, there's one spot left. I'm in. I'm like, who's going? And it didn't ring back. Like, oh, Peter Mendia, freaking Charlie Carroll, Makua, Otto Flores, and you. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
We're going to Indo on a boat. I mean,
sick.
Like, I didn't even, like, on like mag trips, I didn't really care. But if you're like planning the trip, like Porto's an easy one because it's cheap and it's always offshore in the morning. The light's beautiful. Like, all you gotta do is pull in the closeouts. I mean, it's not even it's not really surfing, but you know, you're just kind of like trying to get that shot when you're a free surfer back then, because that's what it was. It was just all about the shot. There was no make a YouTube edit, get 1 million views.
For us, California, it was pretty inexpensive to get down there, and that was our, you know, that time of year to get beat downs and keep you kind of somewhat like trained for Hawaii. You're like, okay, let's just go down there, and sometimes it'd be, you know, quick strikes, or sometimes you just go, hey, we're going down for a little bit, but fuck, that place is so heavy. Rip, well, it's sand, so that's one kind of okay factor to look at. You're not hitting dry reef, but the rip currents and the
what was
heavy.
What was the wave of the winter? When was it?
I think it was like 12, 13. Or 12.
Off the wall?
Oh, that was that off the wall.
Off the wall one?
That was off the wall. That was another.
It was like rolling off the wall.
It was like, you know, when you've been on the North Shore for so many seasons, it all kind of blends, but sometimes people get really upset, like, oh, this winter sucked. I'm like, the winter hasn't even started. It's not even December yet. You can't even. It was just a slow, you know. I'm like, we're here for 6 months. It's gonna get good eventually, and I'm gonna be here. But that was one of those slow starting winters. Triple Crown was small, and there was that swell. It was kind of northy. I had like freaking 10 Arakawas that I was just drooling over, but there had been no waves to really ride up 6, 8 or anything. So I think the World Cup was going on that day at sunset, and it was like firing. I think like Michelle Perez got a 10, or he might have won. I think John won the year. But it was super good at sunset, and there was a couple at Pipe, Backdoor, but small. The north was really, sunset was freaking looked really good. And there's, you know, all the usuals. Josh Kerr is out, Alex Gray, Brent Dorrington. Everyone's kind of out. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna take this like 6-8 out and just quad, brand new. Literally, paddle out. Don't even make it out. Break the board. Cotton sight broke off. I'm like, okay,
brand new.
I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna grab this. Another archive, but a used one. I already had the fins in. Lee Sean was from the summer. Worked at a cloud break. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. 6-6, fine. And then I went back out, but by that time, a lot of people kind of saw, oh, it looks fun out there. Like there hasn't been waves for so long, so people are just jonesing to surf whatever. So I go back out. I'm like, oh, I'm just going straight down off the wall. I'm not even gonna say
Away from everybody a little bit.
It's already happening here. I'm just gonna go over here because, like I said, there's Alex Gray, Brent Dorrington, and maybe one other guy else. No one over there, but it's, you know, off the wall is not a big. Doesn't like too much north. You know? So
cozy.
I caught a wave. Board felt good. Whatever, and then kind of have my indicators, and I've done this before where you paddle too far out and you miss it, and it doubles up and goes under you on like a big one. They're always big though that do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna paddle out. I'm gonna stay here.
Under it.
And it's either I get pitched or I do an airdrop and go straight.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like what's always happened on big ones for me out there, like really big ones, like the ones that cap or
Airdrop. And
like
go
airdrop
straight.
and get annihilated, or
Yeah.
airdrop go straight, or just take a late one and go straight. But that one, there's another factor. I had a couple of beers that day before I went out.
Relaxed.
Just kind of entertaining some people.
Yeah.
And so they left, and I'm like, okay, I'm going out. So I took the broke, and then I was like, okay. I went back out, and then I saw the indicator. I'm like, okay, here it comes. Okay, we're not going to paddle out. We're going to stay here. And then it's coming in. And I kind of looked over here. I'm like, oh, fuck, there's kind of an exit maybe over here. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm going. I think I'm going to get a chip in right here. And then I'm on a quad, and like, I don't know, like, between Nate and Fuller, they're big quad guys, and I'd sprinkle a couple quads in my quiver just for just feels different, a little spicy. And I was like, oh my god, okay, what's this quad gonna do
On the bite?
off the bottom here? It's either gonna be really bad or really good. So I literally squeaked it, and then once I got in, I almost thought I was gonna go dry sand there because it was so like sucking, and there was a lot of sand from the north swell. There hadn't been a lot of swell, but it didn't go dry. The quad just like freaking went Mach 90, like accelerated, and then I was like, okay, I don't want to get spit off my board because I've had that happen coming out in the spit, like
Just knocks you
spit
down.
so hard knocks you off. I'm like, it's not happening. I'm gonna get really wide and like brace myself for the spit. Get spit out. And my girlfriend was on the beach, so I kind of came in after the wave. And she's like, oh, you came in so fast. And I'm like, yeah, I think I got a good one. She's like, oh, okay. Well, you didn't see it? She's like, no.
There's cameras on the beach.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Not a lot, because everyone's
Okay.
kind of down at the contest.
Yeah, covering.
And it wasn't that good. And then I was sitting on the beach talking to her, and like every house was emptying out, running. Oh my god! Like they thought there was gonna be more of those. There's like, that was a sick one. Like everyone's going out. The whole world
And it
went
just,
out.
that was the one.
And there was, guys got waves, but there was nothing like that. And then so after I talked to her and everyone went out, I walk up to the house, and like Balaram's there, Newton's, Tyler's there, Kyle Boothman showed me his angle, sick. They're like showering beer on me. And then I'm like, okay.
Because they thought already.
No, they just like, oh, that was
They're
a crazy
stoked.
wave.
Celebration.
They're
Yeah.
just like, excited. I thought it was
Like,
insane.
you see one of your bros
They're
get a
like,
sick
oh my
one, you're
God,
just
like,
frothing.
There's the video of, it's probably on my feed somewhere, of when I came up in the yard, like Balaram's like fucking mini Grom and Tyler, like everyone's super little because it's kind of a long time ago. But
So was the wave of the winter even on your mind?
no, because the winter didn't even start yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
we-
stoked to got
I was just stoked
covered.
to get it.
Okay.
Or your friends watched it.
For the audience, wave of the winter
It was the second year. This
is
was the second year.
Okay, and it's basically a panel of judges watch all kinds of footage, and they pick the wave of the winter, and it's 10 grand,
25.
25 grand for the wave of the winter, and it's any place, anywhere on the North Shore, right? Or is it world?
No, just North Shore.
That's just North Shore for that winter.
Yeah.
And
But the winter before was 6 weeks, and then Colin Chapman won.
okay.
But then the second year, they're like, we're gonna do 4 months.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, someone's gonna get a better wave than my wave.
Because yours started at the beginning.
It was like one of the early entries of the winter. Because like
And
I said,
you
it was a
pretty
slow
much
winter.
didn't really think about it winning it.
No.
Okay.
So after they did my beer in the yard, I'm like, okay. I'm like, the Oakley house, Peanut, I'm pretty sure he's always filming on the deck, no matter who's out.
Yeah, so now you're hunting down because
Now,
they
like,
just watched it.
I watched his
themselves.
angle, I'm like, that's
Now
sick.
you gotta find somebody
I'm
to
like,
video
if
it.
Peanut was up on the deck shooting this way, oh, it's gonna be insane. So I went down there, and I'm like, you got it? He's like, I got it. Rico, all them were there. And then obviously the winter goes on, and then that was the year I won the Backdoor Shootout.
Same year.
Same year.
Fuck.
So I won
2013.
That was 13 by then, yeah. And then I won that, and they're like, "Dude, you might win Wave of the Winter still." I'm like, I mean, I just wanted. I mean,
How much was the backdoor shootout?
$30K.
It kind of depends. Fluctuates, but I got 30.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's been bigger prize
There's been
purse.
bigger.
Yeah.
So what?
Was it 30?
Who was in the final of the backdoor shootout?
Well, the shootout, it's not really a final. They
It's
just
top-
keep track of
your
your
scores.
scores
Waves.
over the couple days you surf.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're getting cheered up the beach.
Yeah.
Because
Nobody knows until
no
the
one
end.
knows till the end when
Yeah.
you're like, oh, we're not surfing again, you win.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Eddie, because it was in our yard at the Quiksilver house, so it's kind of like everyone's there every morning bright and early, or when the contest is on, everyone's there. And I remember being in the lead, and you're like, oh, John or Jamie, someone's gonna
Somebody-
pass.
yeah,
And you're like,
somebody
I can't
gotta pick
stay
one.
in the lead. And then
Is it a combination of 2 waves or just
it's
one
like,
wave?
It's like, I think you surf 6 times and they take your best 3 waves.
3.
3.
Okay.
3 or 2, I think it's 3.
So
And
they
then
get-
total that up.
Yeah, so you and a group go out for like an hour, you know, and then they, you know, another group goes out and
Yeah.
You have teams, like 8 teams get an hour
So
twice a day or something.
there's a team winning and then an individual.
Well, the team winning is like you win a painting, but like, well, that year's like a Lassen, might have been a print. I don't know if it's a real painting. I mean, I
Yeah.
have the painting, but, and we're like, we won the team the year before, and I'm like, what are
Quiksilver
we gonna
team?
do? Yeah, what are we gonna do? Cut the painting up? I'm like,
That's
I
freaking
get,
weird.
I get the painting.
Yeah, fuck it.
But anyway, the year I won was like, we all surfed, everyone surfed their 3 days. And I'm like, oh, so it's over, yeah? He's like, no, we're running again tomorrow. I'm like, oh.
Because you would have won already.
I would have won. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
Was it better the next day?
So the next day comes, everyone's at the yard, make the call. It's not good. You win.
Wow. So loose, but yeah, like.
No, but he's like, you win, then
Yeah.
everyone's like, be down at the, because everything's set up at the beach park. So you go down there, everyone's there, you get the big check, you get champagne. But one of my dreams was I wanted to get carried up the beach. You
Yeah.
know? It's like, fuck, I want to get carried out of the water. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I'm a big person, but I've seen them carry big guys. Like, man, I wanted to get carried up. Which is fine. I got carried up. I still won. It was cool. I mean, it was best ever.
Yeah.
So, I never even rid that board since then. Like, it was a brand new board. I rode the whole event, and that was it, done.
Got that thing on ice
I
and
got it
just.
on ice.
Yeah,
I got
it's
a couple
good.
boards on ice.
So that was the backdoor shootout.
That was the backdoor shootout.
Okay.
And then that's a January, February. When were they running?
Yeah,
that?
January, early
Yeah.
January.
And
So
when did they announce Wave of the Winter?
Oh, that was funny because
And when you, let's say, yours was at the very beginning of the season, there's multiple.
there's all kinds of entries. I'm like,
Challengers,
oh, like,
entries.
I remember Dusty Payne got like a crazy one in the shootout. I'm like, oh, that hacks. That passed me for sure. That's gonna be. He's gonna
So
win.
there's some new entries coming in.
There's
Yeah.
always entry coming throughout the winter, and then now we closed the house. Yeah, I think I went to the Big Island for something. Went to the Big Island, and then we came back to Oahu, but I already had everything kind of near the airport, so I got all of our stuff. After the Big Island landed, I got all our stuff. Got back on the plane and flew that night back to Los Angeles, and I actually got an award from the government too that year in Honolulu for winning the shootout. And then got on the plane. Plane was delayed. I didn't really notice anything with my wife or Jessica, my girlfriend at the time. So anyway, we land at LAX at like midnight. Late flight, all of our stuff, the trophy in my hand, the check. I had to carry it all, you know.
Yeah.
And then we get to the airport. I'm like, I didn't even think anything. I'm like, that's weird. What's Mike Chinchilla doing over there? Chinchuli, because he worked for Surfland at the time.
Yeah.
And then Frankie was there because he worked for Nike at the time.
DeAndre?
Yeah. And I was like, what are these guys doing here?
At
And
midnight.
then I saw Strider, and he had a bottle of Dom. And I looked back at Jessica, and she had this big smile on her face.
She knew.
She knew. She was coordinating with them. So when I
Sick.
land, that they're going to be walking up with the check at baggage claim.
That you won
Yeah,
Wave of the Winter.
Yeah.
So sick.
Fuck.
Because that, for those that don't know, it's a surf line
Contest.
contest.
Yeah.
But there's other.
There's always
all
like
sponsors.
between O'Neill and O'Neill's Nike
Somebody.
at the time. So
Yeah.
So you just had
I
a
was like, what?
almost like a
There's the winter.
$60,000 payday.
And
That
well,
one.
prior to the whole winter, I proposed, so everything happened for a reason. All that went to
Yeah.
the wedding, so I'm like, oh, cool, I can pay for the wedding now. Because everyone's like, what are you gonna do with all the money? I'm like, oh, that's a huge wedding.
Yeah,
So, but
That's
yeah, it was
insane.
That was a good surprise. I was like, oh my god.
that is huge.
And then we end up leaving the bottle of champagne at baggage claim. I'm like, where'd that go? Like, because we had all of our luggage and so much stuff because winter clothes, board bags.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Her mom was there, her grandpa. Like, there's so many people there. I'm like, where'd the dom go? Oh, we left it. Like in the group photo, you can see it right there. I'm like, oh,
That
Somebody
sucks.
scored.
Yeah,
somebody
somebody
scored. But
What a great story, because
That is amazing.
yeah,
Because the backdoor shootout is
huge.
huge,
yeah.
and a wave of the winter is fucking huge.
I mean, being in a Hawaiian or just a pro surfer, I mean, there's few events that have that pull that type of.
There's one more little tidbit in there I didn't tell you, but the last guy that could pass me
At the shootout.
in the shootout was Bruce. Oh, he did not, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's won it before, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to win it multiple times, but he would have loved to win it again and to let it slip to me. It was like, oh,
And
How good
were
did that feel?
it was so nice.
and were your waves all proper backdoor? Do you have a pipe wave in there, or
I
what was
don't
this?
even remember which ones were the top ones
Yeah.
because it was like you're just surfing. I mean, obviously you look at the sheet later, like
Yeah.
oh, I'm first, but like in the moment you're just like trying to get as many good ones as you can because there's no one out and it's firing. And
Yeah,
you just want to get more and more.
it's like a free surf, but yeah.
It's like a free surf.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you don't. I don't know which ones were the. Actually remember the one. I think the one clincher because I think we're in the last heat of the day, and I remember that one was a good one. That's when I thought I'm like, that's going for sure. I was like, oh, we're running again, but
Yeah. It's so frustrating too because it's like so subjective, and you're like, "Oh, that one was so sick," and
Yeah.
you know, and you
No,
look
yeah,
at,
totally.
and everybody's like, "Well, depending on the angle where they're sitting, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's
Like I literally watch waves when I'm in the I'm like, oh, there went Jamie just passed me.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't get the score. Oh, they only gave him a 9.8 or whatever. Or you know, you didn't get this. Oh, okay, cool. I'm still in first.
yeah.
That's got to be the
And it's the best
most
of the.
nerve wracking,
Yeah, it's
and it's the most kind of prestigious award.
Well, that's what I
right?
mean. There's very few events, especially on the North Shore, that carry that weight. It's
Yeah.
like the Pipe Masters, the Eddie, and the Backdoor Shootout became one of those.
Yeah.
And it's not like the top 44 or whatever, the 32 of just a bunch of like top contest surfers. These are like teams of the heaviest of the heaviest pros out there.
Yeah.
So-
you know, like there's no like slackers.
you're not on there because I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. You know, which you know again makes
Yeah.
it that much
So,
better of a win.
what is the wave of the decade? What is it, and then where does that rank? Because wave of the decade.
Well, the Wave of the Decade, they just took the 10 years of Wave of the Winter and chose one.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't.
So
the,
it was your
the
off the
It
wall
wasn't
wave.
the Fiji
No.
bomb, or it was that.
It was the last 10, it was 10 years of Wave of the Winter,
Mm.
and they chose one of the Wave of the Winters to be Wave
of the decade. Oh, okay.
So,
That was
Did
the
you
wave.
have multiple waves of the winter?
no, I said the one.
You had the
One with
Off the wall
second
one.
year of running, so they ran another 8 years, and then they were like, let's do Wave of the Decade.
who do you
Judges?
remember who the judges were?
I think it was the same ones, like Briley, Lopez, or Ross. Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
How
Oh, that's-
fucking crazy is that?
That was insane. I just thought Wave of the Decade should have been a little bigger prize than
What'd you get?
10 grand.
10
Yeah.
grand.
That's
Okay.
good.
It's still.
I just thought Wave of the Decade.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna like call it that, like
Yeah.
I would call it Wave of the Decade,
Yeah.
but at least make it.
I mean, the wave I watch
Should
it.
have been 10 grand every year.
I've watched it a bunch,
I agree with you.
and it's a gnarly, heavy wave. Do you think it being an off the wall wave carried more weight than it would be because it's you know, like Pipe and Backdoor get like just monster barrels, and it's kind of more novelty, I guess I say, like down it off the wall, you know, like that chip
You
in.
don't see as many.
You don't see
barrels.
as many. I think it makes it
Like
hold up a little bit more because it's
where it was.
where it was.
I've definitely mind surfed a lot of those waves and off the wall before from the deck because you're just like, oh my god, look at that one, just like on a big day.
Yeah,
When Pipe's firing and you see a unicorn go by. You're like,
yeah.
Like, if I was out there, I caught it. No, you wouldn't know. But anyway, you're like thinking.
That's
in your
all I
mind,
can do
do
is
it.
windsurf.
So like when you actually do it, and
Yeah.
then it, it's kind of like, whoa, did he just do that? Kind of like doesn't happen
Doesn't
very
happen.
often, or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
So, you were a free surfer for how long? You're
how
still a
old are
free
you?
surfer.
Still going.
But you transitioned to working at Quiksilver too, right?
That's a long one, because if you think about it, Quiksilver is sold 3 times.
Yeah.
And somehow people are always like, how do you still
Survive.
there?
Yeah.
You didn't get let go. You didn't get fired. You didn't get sacked. You didn't get
Well, they keep the
canceled.
best, dude. You and Mickey.
They're like, how are you still there? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know the answer to that, but yeah, I mean, probably Bob McKnight, I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or my rep, you kind of build your reputation
For sure.
in the industry or being
Yeah.
a surfer, or good with people, or you can hold a conversation, or you don't mind working. Like, I don't mind working.
Yeah.
It just makes me appreciate going to the North Shore or surfing in general. Like, okay, I'm gonna, like, okay, we're still here in Huntington, and if you need me to come down or you tell me where to be, I'll be there. Like, I don't mind.
Yeah, reputation, hardworking, and be able to, like, obviously, you got the surfing side,
Yeah.
which helps,
There's
but you got
knowledge.
the executive side of like managing and making sure and on time and making sure that, because that's a big liability,
Yeah,
running a
big-
house like that, and
big
people.
responsibility, kids.
Yeah, so people think like, oh, you get the
Injuries.
babies. Yeah, it's a gnarly gig, to make sure people
My
are.
wife's like, you should, like, when people come and they're little kids with no parents, like, you might want to have them sign something, like,
A
'cause
waiver.
if something happens, like, I can't. Well, I'm not the guardian. I'm just
They're chaperoning, but-
I'm making sure they, I don't know, eat and sleep. I don't know what you would call it, but
Yeah.
I always think in my head, I'm like, if something happens to a kid or a guy, like, at least, I guess anyone over 18.
Yeah.
But those younger ones that come with no parents, I'm always like, man, be careful.
Yeah.
Sit on the side.
You didn't
Go
pull,
surf Sunset. Or,
you didn't pull if you don't go charge, you're fucking rip that sticker off, because
If you can't rock and roll, don't fucking come.
that was kind of the MO when we were growing. It's like, man, we got a lot of eyes and ears over there, and if we hear you not paddling
Yeah,
out, you might as well just
they-
not come back with the sticker on your
They
board.
would
Like,
ask to be like, hey, how'd so and so do? You didn't cut the mustard. Or,
yeah.
yeah,
I'd be like, I was out
this
it.
kid-
I was out. I didn't really catch anything, but I was out there.
But I would also really, like, he did go out.
Yeah.
He did that part. I mean, sometimes that's the hardest part, is taking that first step
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like any sport, it takes a long time. Or if you're going to invest in this kid, at least have some positives of him being with you on the North Shore. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's good, or he's
Yeah.
going to get better, or yeah, he wants it, or he's got the right boards, or
It's crazy to think how
Got
much
the right
talent
attitude.
you've seen, walk through your
Yeah.
doorstep.
you know,
Like ball, like,
or even like when people are like, oh, it's so scary, no, like, no. I'm like, that's their call out there. You go out there and you introduce yourself to him.
Yeah.
Why is he scary?
Yeah.
He's here in the yard right now. You could just,
Go make.
he might tell
Eye
you to be
contact,
a
shaking
drum,
hand.
but
Yeah.
don't be in, if he's not in your yard, maybe don't go say hi with him, or he's not, like,
Yeah.
if I'm talking to him, come up, introduce yourself. Like, people appreciate that, even Hawaii or around the world.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Where it's like a good habit. There's lots of habits we're teaching at the house too. Like, you get these emails back from parents like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what'd you do to my son? He's like taking out the trash and doing his own dishes now. It's crazy. His own laundry. Like, what
Well,
happened over there?
That's
You-
cool.
like you said, nobody wants to, they're going to do opposite of what the parents do.
Yeah.
But when somebody of your importance and you're there, and it's like they're so fortunate to be there, and I think they got to get a reality check. Like, hey, you might be the best of where you're at, and you might be held up on a pedestal because you're some good kid, but here you're just one member of this household.
Yeah.
Like, you need to pull your weight.
Well, it's crazy because, Reef is one of the gnarliest chargers around, right? And here's a kid who's 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, who's got a fucking free ride, pretty much, right? They got a free ride to enter the house of Quiksilver.
Yeah.
And you're there and you're running the house, and you didn't get your ticket until you were 24. And it's like, dude, like, you're not
You'll
gonna
spoil bitch. Just
you have to like
yeah.
that's kind of gnarly because no matter what, they have to prove themselves at an earlier age, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's kind of cool that you're there to like
I'm kind of like chaperoning and
Yeah.
Mentoring.
Like,
Yeah.
hey,
mentoring.
Don't take that board out. No,
Yeah.
no. Don't put those fins in. Like
Yeah,
Which is
that leash is gonna break.
Yeah.
Like little tidbits. You're
yeah,
which is so important to have as a rookie, you know, going over there, you know, like there's so much unknown, and if you don't know, you're just naive, and it's dangerous to be, you know, I think when you're a kid, you're just kind of gun ho for the most part anyways, not
Yeah.
thinking about those little nuances that can be make or break. Like, yeah, like your job is to keep people safe, educate them, but it's also probably rewarding to be able to like get these kids over a fear or a hump, or hey, like remember you said you were going to paddle out of that 6-8 foot day, and then by the end of the trip you're, you know, whatever the
just
navigating.
how funny is it?
from Foodland to
Yeah.
party. I'm like, be careful at the parties.
Yeah.
Just warning you now. Don't
Oh,
How
don't
funny
touch
is it?
her.
'Cause,
Don't
like,
look at her.
no,
Some of
somebody's
these
sister,
kids-
brother, uncle.
Some of these kids don't know who you are, right?
Yeah, that's
Don't,
right.
don't know like what you've accomplished and why you're in the position you're at, and they take it for granted. Like, oh, he's just some older dude that fucking, he's a has-been. Does he look like he surfs? You know, like, and then you're out there, and then, you know, like they're sitting on the beach watching you, and then you come in and you're like, and they're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
that
that's
dude's
what it
fucking
takes,
gnarly.
Gnarly.
Yeah, it's
Like, maybe I should ride for Quiksilver.
So one of my memorable waves watching you was at that Code Red Fiji Cloud Breaks. Well, I don't know what year it was, but like, I mean, the lineup was fucking. I didn't think it got that big there. You know, like you saw that one wave of Code
There's-
back in the day.
there's
and-
the photo behind the bar.
Yeah,
in
for sure,
Teahupo'o.
yeah,
There's the boat going out. There's like a
Yeah, but the, you know, to have the coverage it had at that point, and all the guys that were there, and all the wave after wave of, I mean, you could fit a fucking school bus in these things.
Yeah.
With plenty more room, freight training, and that wave's.
Were you paddling in, or was it
Yeah.
towing?
we were paddling. Well, there was someone should have been towing that day because
Yeah.
there was a lot of unpaddleable waves. But
Right.
yeah, I don't even know if you could, I don't even know how we.
And have you been there numerous times? Have you seen it that big? Like, was.
There was one time on a Boothie trip. Just another tidbit was
Yeah.
I got to cover the big issue of Surfer out at Cloud Break.
Whoa.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that week, it's Surfline. It was like it said epic like every day.
Yeah.
Epic, and that's when it was private still. So, but one of those days in that trip was pretty big. Nothing like that, but pumping like.
Yeah.
Or we're on like 610s, you know. Shane was boat manning. But the year before was when Bruce caught that crazy wave on the red board
Uh-huh.
at Cloud Break. So when that swell popped up the next year, I was kind of like, me and Fuller were in where are you, Big Bear? Big Sur. That's where we're in Big Sur for his wife's birthday. And swell pops up, we're driving back, and I was supposed to go drop the puck at the Kings game. What is the championship of hockey called? Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup, yeah.
So when Quiksilver's doing those crazy collabs with NFL, NBA,
Yeah.
NHL, so they're like, oh, you want to drop the puck? I'm like, yes, totally. Staples
Epic.
Center, I'm dropping the puck. And we're driving back from Big Sur, and Fuller's like, I'm going, because he didn't go the year before.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
Fiji.
To Fiji. He didn't go the year before, so I'm like, and he's like, me and McClure are leaving tonight. I'm like, oh. I'm like, I'm not going. It's not going to be that big.
Yeah.
This forecast is, nah, it's not like last year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and Jessica's like, you should go. I'm like, nah, no, you should go. I'm like, oh, Strider, do I have, can someone else drop the puck? He's like, I'll do it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you will.
perfect. You're dropping the puck, I'm going to Cloud Break. So we go to Cloud Break, and I was like, I don't want to go because they're not going to call the contest off. They're going to make those guys surf. I was
Yeah.
like, they're running the contest. It's going to be huge and pumping. Why would they not run it? Anyway, get out there that morning. It's crazy doubling up, and you're like, oh, it had like a double wind on it too. I just kind of wanted to like get in the water. I didn't even know if I caught a wave.
So
But,
just straight red eye overnight, straight there into pump and surf. No lay day, like
no,
just.
Yeah, no lay day. Go out and do the morning. Everyone's out. Poop contest. Contest is on. They send, I don't know if it was Rioni or they send kayak or I think they ran 1 or 2 heats. And then Borg comes over on the jet skis like, oh, we're putting it on hold. Do you want to go out? And he's like, this is what you're here for. I'm like, yeah. So buzzes me out on the ski, drops me off, and then, you know, some guys, kind of all the big wave jocks, we all kind of went out, and the wind was dog balls. He's like, you saw it, it's like devil wind, just big chops. Anyway, I'm
You're
just like,
paddling in.
yeah, everyone's paddling, and big chops. Guys are riding, getting caught inside. I'm like, the crazy thing I always know about Fiji is the wind changes fucking all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's gonna change. I'm just gonna
Just
chill.
wait it
I'm
out.
just gonna stay out of the way, not get caught inside, or just not risk anything. And you know. And then I rode a wave, just kind of like, oh, that's fucking bumpy.
Chattery.
I'm on a 7.4, just. And then sitting again for a couple hours, or maybe an hour or whatever. And then I rode another wave. I'm like, oh, it's fucking starting to smooth out around here. Okay, I can kind of shh. And then
Is it getting bigger? Like, is that
the tide's going out.
Okay.
It's getting bigger. Definitely getting bigger.
Yeah.
Way bigger than when they called it off. And so I'm paddling back out. I think I see like Jensen Hassett get a pretty good one. How's it done?
So here, like, there
I'm
are
like,
some.
okay, I think in the next hour to 90 is when I want to get my wave. I just wanted one. That was my plan, just one. So, you know, everyone's frothing. It's
What,
getting
like
bad.
20 guys, 50 guys? Like, I mean, because it
There's-
seems like now, like, every swell, there's like
You
fucking 100
name
guys.
it, pretty much they were there back then. You know,
Yeah.
Ian Walsh, Greg Long, Cole, Chris, Nate, everyone, Nate Fletch,
Yeah.
everyone like, yeah, there's way more. And then the CT guys that kind of wanted to give it a sniff.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is my win. The next whatever I'm back with. Everyone's like Keely's on like an 8.6, just scooping up all kinds of waves. Like he's probably catching the most good waves. Blah 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 blah. On it.
What are you riding?
I was on a 7.4, but I had bigger boards in the boat. I just didn't want to go back and set
Backside,
it
you always
up.
want a little bit smaller.
I was like, if I can get on the wave, this is going to be super
Quad?
helpful. But yeah, it's a quad. Because sometimes most guys kind of have never been to cloud break / seen it like that, and you don't need a 9.6.
How big is it?
You need a board that can kind of.
No. How big are the waves?
I mean, you saw them.
Yeah. How big is that?
It's fucking 20 foot.
20 plus.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
fucking
bigger.
20 plus.
But when you're on the wave, it's like a freight training wall, and if you get stuck on a big board, you're just kind of like a
Not
statue.
pumping,
You
not
can't,
being
you
able-
can't move the board.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Set your
I
line
would-
and-
I would maybe an 8.2 would have been nice, but anyway, I didn't want to go straight. So anyway, I'm doing just kind of waiting, looking, avoiding. Like I'm way in compared to everyone else too, because I'm just kind of under it. And everyone's catching their waves, and I remember Parco went on the little. I was like, oh, that one looked nice, and then come over to that one, and I was like, oh. It's like peeking up here, if you want to call it a peaky, and then I could just see it like looks like
Stretch out.
it's like the secret's out. It looks like a close out. It's
Yeah.
the next one. So, and here comes Healy paddling back out on his 8.6, just
Yo,
like
fuck you.
he's like, "You going?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he like turns around, starts paddling. He's like, "You sure you're going?" I'm like, "I'm going." And then that was that.
Fuck.
And then I kick out, and Borg was right there on the jet ski. He's like, "You're done, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Epic.
Took me back to my boat, and we had this Aussie boat captain. And the day before, he was like, "Oh, what do you guys do? Any food, snacks, drinks?" I'm like, "No, nothing." And I got back to the boat. I'm like, "Did you bring beer out here?" He's like, "I'm Australian. Of course I brought beer." I'm like,
Okay.
"Yeah." So I just like chilled on
Nothing
the
better
boat,
than a nice
drank
cold beer.
like watched everything go down, like the big one of Healy. Almost
Yeah.
I was on the boat. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is a big set coming, boys. You better start." And thank God I was on the boat, because I think if I wasn't on the boat, I
You
would
would've caught inside.
been in a
Because
bad
you were sitting
situation.
in. It's,
So-
I've only been there a couple times, got a pretty big where it's legend on that second reef, and it's fucking scary. It's fucking scary.
I don't even.
Like, it's,
I don't understand it.
That's why it's like, you know, one
Yeah.
of the best waves in
Like-
the world, or my favorite wave.
I remember it's like an hour before dark, and then here comes A Gray, and he's on his big board, and he paddles about fucking 100 yards, and the swell's on the rise. I'm way out of gun, and I'm just like, I just want to get one to the boat and not die, you know? Like, it wasn't that big, like, not even what you're talking about, but big for me.
Yeah,
you know?
You're like, I just want to know what shish kebab.
Yeah, I just don't want to get caught and get washed over the reef. And then Alex Gray, this paddle's like, he's all, hey, Lars, what are you doing? And he's, boat captain, so he just paddles out like a fucking 100 yards past everybody. And he just sits. And I just knew, like, he's waiting for something that hasn't been coming in yet.
Yeah.
And that was my cue to, like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just kind of drift down the reef a little bit, make sure I'm sitting wide. And sure enough, like, the last, like, 20, 30 minutes before dark was just like,
Just went black.
fucking whole ocean. And everybody, almost like 90% of the lineup got caught inside. And I was like, I still had to scramble, but I was like, all right, I'm done.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got like two. I think he got one or two, like just that last, 45 minutes. But it's just they just know.
Yeah.
Tell us the over the falls.
Well, there's one more thing. So
Okay.
before I went to Fiji, my wife was. Oh yeah, she's pregnant. Was she pregnant? Anyway, she told me not to do anything stupid. And obviously they were streaming that thing. And Kelly was like, Chris and Kelly were on the mic narrating it, and they couldn't figure out, for like 5 seconds, they couldn't figure out who was on the wave. But she knew it was me, and they're, oh, are you back out, blah, blah. And then I talked to her after, she's like, I told you not to do anything stupid. And I'm like, that was perfect. I knew exactly what I was going to do on that wave. I knew it was totally calculated.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, but I thought it was pretty
You gotta come home safe, babe. You gotta come
Yeah.
home safe, babe. So yeah, I mean
Oh, the jet ski?
the climax of surf viral video, one of them is crazy.
I didn't even know that was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen that countless times.
That was just another time, because we always do the trials in Teahupo'o back then.
Yeah.
And that was just being down there for the trials, and that's the time of year it gets big or can get big, and
Yeah.
you're just there. And obviously that swell came, and obviously anyone can drive a jet ski, right? I mean, talk about like
Yeah.
just in a lagoon in Teahupo'o.
Yeah.
So that morning comes around, he's like, drive the ski out. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I can drive the jet ski out to the lineup. That's all I was thinking. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drive it out. He's gonna drive his boat. He's gonna have Arsen or whoever's towing it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
So we drive out there. He's like, oh, put the rope on. I'm like, put the rope on. He's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, what do you mean, let's go?
You're gonna whip, I'm gonna whip you in?
Because Brock was towing Shane, and like Shane, like Raymond, like I gotta be out there. I gotta be out there towing too. Like I can't wait for.
Who's
Arsen.
your partner?
Ramona.
No, Raymana. He's the one. It was his ski. He's driving his boat, so he's like, drive the ski out. I'm like, I can drive the jet ski out there.
And he's all whip me into one.
Get out to the lineup. He sees Brock towing Shane in. He's like, put the rope on. I'm like, okay, I know how to put the rope on. Put it on the tow rope for the jet ski. He's like, okay, let's go. I'm like I said, I thought he was talking to his tow partner or Sam or whoever's driving him. Like, I'm all, me? I'm all, brother, I don't know how to drive. He's like, no, you do. I never towed anyone in. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I can drive a jet ski.
And
out here,
how many people are out there?
Well, it's freaking early. It's
Yeah.
like barely even light. But I think the froth of Brock towing Shane.
Oh yeah, he's
He's like, I gotta be out there, and he didn't want to wait for his normal guy or whoever, Arsen Araho or whoever towed him at the time. But
and it's
I'm like, oh fuck.
pumping.
Yeah. It's
There was guys paddling, or is it
No.
just all tow?
No.
Yeah, no, it didn't look like.
Everyone's watching. Andy, everyone's there, watching because they're watching, basically waiting for the show to start.
Yeah.
But only Brock and no, that was only. I mean, not a lot of guys had jet skis back then.
Yeah.
Too. So
So how many jet skis do you think? Like 4? 3 or 4?
there was only one at the time. It was just them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys were second group to make it out there.
We went out. I actually whipped him in like 4 or 5 waves, and right then I'm like, oh, I think I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For, for people in the audience, you're going to where it's out, they're releasing the tow rope before the wave forms.
Yeah.
and they're whipped into it before it breaks, and
Yeah.
you're cutting out.
Yeah, I'm skipping out. But,
Yeah.
Like it's a total, like I said, I've never towed in. It's a total different experience coming this way because normally you see the wave coming at you. You never see,
Nothing.
you're never like behind the wave.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not.
And then he's over there on the wave, so it's like,
Like 4 stories down.
yeah, I don't get that close. I was like, I was like out there,
Yeah.
but then that one, I don't know. Man, I just went in a little too far to where I ended up on top of the wave. he already had let go, and
And what was going through your mind when you're like, oh shit?
well, I'm letting off the gas, but I'm still going forward. That's when I knew something was bad.
And you're like,
Oh shit, I'm still on the wave. I'm on top of the wave. Oh my god, I better jump off.
and
And I jumped off, and I saw him kick out. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't kill Raymana.
what about
So
like,
you made it out the
I
back.
made it out the back. Didn't get sucked over. Nothing. I had my vest on. So I jump off. I'm floating. I see him kick out, and I was like, okay, cool. Then I turn around, and here comes Dylan Longbottom. I'm like a mutant. I was just like, I'm a kook. I should just get sucked over the falls and die right now because I just ruined myself.
and it's-
Anyway, and I had the big old zipper. I couldn't pull off my vest. So I'm like, oh, hopefully I can get under this wave. So I
and
get under it.
you're in the trough?
Yeah, I'm in the
like so
trough.
you
Like,
got work, but you popped up the back.
No, I didn't get sucked over.
Okay,
on
so
the
you're-
Raymana's wave. No,
Okay, so you're
I'm just right there.
The jet ski
the
zone.
impact zone.
Jet ski went over. I'm there. Here comes Dylan. There's, I
Awesome.
think in the Billabong movie, you can see my foot as he's like going by, like splashing to get it. And I got under, got up, and didn't get sucked over.
Fuck. With a vest on.
Yeah,
You're
like
fucking
a
strong,
big
dude.
like jet ski vest that like Havasu kind of
Yeah.
back in the day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then
Would
Yeah,
that be one of the scariest things that's ever
No.
happened?
no, there was a scarier moment there. Not jet ski related, but Raymana was on the wave, and I was like paddling, or trying to swim under. Like I said,
Nuts. And what happened to jet ski? Just
jet ski, it was destroyed. Obviously,
Destroyed.
It was done.
done.
It was done. So yeah, just went in and out. Yeah, just
Starter
it
mana.
was like a.
What do I owe you?
Well, he got like freaking 2 new jet skis, and
He's sponsored. They get hooked
he was
up
already
over there.
sponsored by Red Bull. So
You two probably pay
thinking,
him.
I was thinking maybe I should have got a Red Bull jet ski.
Yeah.
All that exposure, Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
All those talk
Like you said, there's no
shows.
bad publicity.
Yeah,
I
it was
got
great.
I got that logo fucking viral worldwide.
Insane. So, but then the next day was like that day kind of just went home and just like was just bummed at myself. Like,
Yeah.
fucking idiot. But then the next day was firing, and it was when
Bigger?
it was a little smaller but all
Clean.
sunny. It was when like everyone was stepping off or towing in on regular boards. Like Shane got all those crazy, and you got a couple crazy ones like.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I got the rope later that day and got whipped in on a couple waves, washed the egg. Or I paddled. I was paddling in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, that day was paddleable, but then there's also those ones that you tow into on your regular board, so kind of washed it off pretty fast. I felt like.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
It's a
let
great
that one down.
story.
Yeah, it's a good story. And like I said, I mean, I wish it didn't happen, but
For
I'm glad
sure.
he was okay.
Yeah.
That was like the main thing. I'm like, oh my god, did the thing just roll up all over?
Yeah.
And it's just like, he's like, oh, I thought it was a fish. And you can see it, he barely ducks his head and goes, Psh.
Yeah. He didn't even look phased, like to be honest.
No.
He just like you said, just
He was just like, oh, that was the jet ski? Oh my god. Yeah.
So all your experiences in big waves, you've had some sketchy near deaths?
I wouldn't say near death,
But
but
just
near heart attacks.
near
Like,
heart
I
attack.
go, fucked.
Yeah.
And somehow, I'm not even to knock on wood, but it all kind of like just worked out.
What waves?
At Tahiti,
Yeah.
another, I think it was the, was it Code? No, it wasn't Code there. Another huge tow swell. You know those upcoming tow swells when you're just like,
You just have
why
bigger
am
and
I out
bigger
here?
and
Fuck. Here comes the tow set. I'm the only guy left out here paddling.
gotta go.
No, I was trained to not get it on my head.
Oh.
Not even near catching it. Like if Raymana's towing in on the wave, and I'm here paddling down
Oh
here. Like,
fuck.
I'm like, and he didn't. He's like, I didn't even see you. But if you look at the photo, you see my board and me like swimming under. But that was kind of a sketchy one because I was thinking, do I take my leash off or do I have something connected to me? Because I was assuming I was gonna go.
God,
I was
man.
in trunks, you know.
Those
So-
split decision, like, yeah,
There's nothing split to do
yeah.
except just
Survive.
fucking pray and hope I don't get sucked over. I didn't get sucked over, but then I was out of there, straight to the boat.
Fuck.
Breaking your eardrum at Tahiti is kind of, or anywhere is interesting, but I did that there, but it wasn't huge. But when you come up and you don't know which way's up, and everything's spinning.
That's
It's
that's
painful,
pretty
right?
common too, like, right? A lot of people
It
fucking,
wasn't painful, but it's common to break, slap the water. And
Yeah.
you come up and your equilibrium, you don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad there wasn't another wave behind it, and Strider was kind of there in the jet ski pretty quick to get me. Like, he didn't even know it happened,
yeah.
but I didn't go back out. I was done.
I think most people that obviously don't surf and charge, but you're in the channel is just as exhilarating because it's so close to the action. Like,
I can't believe how many they let people just dangle out there.
yeah,
It's kind of
those guys in the
dangerous,
boats are
I mean,
like,
those drivers are
are
either
nuts.
really good. I mean, you rarely see a boat go over.
Yeah.
It's happened. I mean, a couple of times maybe.
Yeah.
For the most part, they all pull it.
yeah,
It's insane because they're like so close to each other. All there's like this little kink in the reef, and there's
Little
all these boats and jet
elbow.
skis and people and.
yeah. And it's a close, you see everybody kicking out because it's like coming past the camera, but it's like the gnarliest dry reef right going into the left, like on this elbow, and it's not like you're getting spit out in a nice clean channel. Like, you're pretty much kicking out on it's so
Dry reef
so
almost,
gnarly,
right?
So gnarly.
so gnarly.
Yeah.
Like watching in the flesh on those big tow days, not being like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good, but watching, you're like, how do they pop up? Or
Yeah, I went there twice on the QS 4 stars before they turned it into a CT, and they called off one day. And like, again, I'm a puss compared to like all the heavies, and I was out with Pete Frieden. I had a 7.2, and it's dark, and I'm in the boat with Pete Frieden. He was going out there to shoot. It's before the Conas. We're all hoping to get a couple waves before they start. And Pete's like, "That's all you got?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like. And I'm right then. I just sunk. He's all, we're gonna get the fucking, he's pumping me up. Like, we're gonna go out there. We're gonna fucking sit it. We're gonna get the fucking shot. So I'm like, okay, all right. Now I'm kind of psyched, And I get out there, and there's probably like 12, 15 dudes because it's early. It's like dark, and there's a couple other people on my boat.
That's crowded.
And it's like Braden, Scion, like Takayuki, like Poncho, Braden. Like, it's like the gnarliest pipe dudes like ever. And here comes a set and nobody goes. Here comes a set and nobody goes. And I'm like in the boat waxing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nobody's going on these like waves because they're so big and
Square.
so mutant and square. And I think everybody's kind of just tripping, And finally, like, somebody goes and doesn't even come close. Like, fucking one after the other days, like, are going down.
Yeah.
Everybody's on 2 long boards. It's so big. It was like beyond crazy. And I don't even know how big it is. I just remember being out and sitting. There's a spot, and it's pretty small takeoff. And if you're not in the spot, you're kind of just like in danger zone or in the way, or you're gonna get caught inside. And I'm just like, man, I think I took off on like one small one, and I paddle back out, and I get like another small one, not even getting barreled, just like making the drop, and this set comes in, and fucking almost everybody gets caught inside, including myself and Keala Keenley, and who's fucking crazy, and like 4 others were like, if I get sucked over, I'm dead. Like, that's all I'm thinking of is if I could get through this, I'm going to the boat, and I'm calling it a day.
Oh, no.
And I'm looking down, and it's like 4 stories down, and they're all bailing, and I'm like, please don't get sucked over, please don't get, and I made it, and they get destroyed, and she, got fucking destroyed. She comes out, or she was on the beach, like, she comes out on a boat like later, and she's just covered, yeah. And they called off the event that day, not because of that, because it was oil glassy and killer, and then like just before they started, like kind of a little devil wind started coming across. Yeah, and they were like, yeah, it's just not worth it. And I was just like, this is what I signed up for. Like I came to get like the photos you see, like 4 to 6, 6 to 8, like perfect like barrels, and it was like, I don't know if I want to come surf this place.
I like saw that one that Griff went over this year on.
Oh, heavy.
That is insane.
And that was a year like the barge boat like dry docked on the reef. You know, there was all kinds of chaos, but they moved it to that next reef pass. It's kind of like a Reunion Island. Long,
big pass,
and it kind of like hits the kink and
Yeah.
grows and killer wave.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
A lot
but
safer.
yeah. And then the next year was when Kobe Alberton won, but Conan should have. It was like the next year was like the.
When it was huge.
It
that
was
year.
big. Yeah, it was huge that year too. But
Didn't somebody borrow Conan's board or
Conan borrowed Mark Marino's dock,
Okay.
610 or something dock. Yeah. We were all like, everybody broke boards, and you know, you're just scrambling to have like backups, and yeah, that was an insane. Kieran.
But enough about
Yeah.
LAR.
No, I was just like that wave, the two, like that event, that final was, those guys were trading 10s and 12s and 20 point rides.
So Quiksilver now. What other sponsors are you?
I have this new one called Surf One. It's like a data tracking system you stick on your board, and it kind of tracks your speed and your G's.
Like Estrella or whatever, but
Yeah, similar but different.
Yeah.
But that's a new one I just got, and then obviously I got like
Congrats.
Dragon and Future and
What's up with Baja Jerky?
damn, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That one.
We love jerky. Is it
Yeah.
gone?
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still out there, but they don't. It was only me, but it was like I said, another funny relationship thing that just like fell in my lap. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
22K a year? Yeah, I love beef jerky.
Yeah.
It was like an old Rockstar thing. Like I rode for Rockstar for I don't know, like 10 or 12 years, and
Connections.
it was my phone rang. It still said Craig at Rockstar. I'm like, oh, well, you guys want me back, don't you? You miss me on the team? He's like, no, but you like beef jerky? I'm like, yeah, I like beef jerky. And I'm like, what, are you gonna give me a bunch of beef jerky? He's like, oh no, there's this jerky company and this and that. I'm like, I love Baja jerky, so
Yeah.
that's how that one came along.
That's
that
cool.
That was a good one for a while. I still have the relationship with Audi.
Awesome.
So the cars are still like that. And
Is that
Vince?
Is that?
Yeah, Vince.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Scandone.
Yeah, Scandone.
Nice.
And then, did I read your parents have a Mexican restaurant?
My
Or your
in-laws.
in-laws?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a couple, but closed during COVID. But recently, how do I describe this one? We met a person through another friend that, because they've been around for so long. It's called Casa Escobar.
Okay.
And this lady's like, oh my God, I used to always go to the one on Wilshire and this and whatever happened. And she's like, I want to franchise you guys and put you in all my arenas.
Wow.
So there's like 4 franchises, like Baltimore, Seattle.
Like arenas, sporting arenas?
Yeah, Palm Springs,
Awesome.
and I think they're
What are they
in
called?
Toronto, Casa Escobar. So
It's great when you have like, you know, great notoriety and history and people
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
name and have good memories and stuff, and like, dude, that's
or another like you're with this person who's your friend, and
Yeah.
then that friend of that friend was the one that like similar to like meeting Jeff Hackman or working at Lonnie and meeting Jeff Hackman.
Yeah.
And, like going to like we were with these people and they had some other friends and those friends were like, oh my God, you're and she's like, I'm the daughter, but my parents did it, and they're like, that's how that conversation started. And then
small world, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
networking.
you never know, like
Be cool and
be
just
cool or just I don't know what's gonna happen or where it's gonna go.
And you're part of Black Bear.
Yeah, we got Black Bear
Yeah.
going strong.
dude, huge.
that, dude?
Yeah, this guy.
You know I'm your rep.
I know.
I'm your sales manager
Yes,
too.
sir.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking blow this shit up.
Yeah, no, I mean we were fans of Teva, you know, prior. We got him on the show, and then he's been kind of incubating and kind of growing in, and now to see
Navigating.
what happened with the tour and the Snap
Ride
5.
the line. Wow.
Yeah,
Good.
and it's epic.
Epic.
Yeah, we're
Also, Timmy Patterson surfboards.
Dude, I was the whole time we were talking and you talked about when you brought up
Barakawa.
Barakawa, I was like, he rides Patterson's, I think.
Yeah.
So how?
Well, like I rode for Eric for all those years, but it was always like Kai works out, you're only as good as your equipment, and Eric don't give free boards, or maybe he does a Jack Rabo. I don't exactly know that relationship, but anyway, I paid for my boards for all those like 10 years. And during COVID, which is understandable, it was always kind of like I just make payments when I can. And during COVID, he was like, "Hey, I can't make you any more boards till you pay me, this $3,000 or whatever." I was like, "Cool, I got it. I'll get it to you, as soon as possible." So, in the meantime, like I left a comment on Scott Ment's Instagram, who like runs the program for Timmy. And it was a picture of Randall. Remember Randall from the Lost Movies?
Yeah.
I was like, that guy's still alive? And Scotty wrote back. He's like, yeah, he's in South Lake Tahoe. He's sober, like all this stuff. I'm like, oh man, that's amazing.
Randall's sober?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, Timmy wants to make you a board. You're like, I always loved like Timmy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Archie.
I'm gonna get one.
Warriors, like
I'm gonna
all
get
those
one.
years. Like I remember taking some of Andy's ones and putting them back together, and they'd be like magical. And I bought one from Roy one time, like a 6'6". And Hackman gave me one of his 6'9s, like so many. Like so. Anyway, he's like, he wants to make you a board. I'm like, oh fuck, make me a board. This is like crazy. And like, cause he and Eric are homies. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to like,
Ruffle
Timmy. I just,
relationship.
Like, oh, do it on the down low. I'm like, nah, it's all good. And then he's like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So he made me one.
And you're like,
And
fuck yeah.
Sick little 6.0 Italo thing, and then he's like, let's make you another one. I'm like, sweet, cool. Made me another one, and then after the second one, he's like, he's gonna make you another one. I'm like, I'm all.
And you're giving them feedback like, hey, I'm stoked on this.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
yeah.
Timmy's like, I'm wrong. He's like so psyched.
You know, what,
I'm like,
give
you
me
want
some
my
feedback,
my
yeah.
feedback? But and by the third board, I'm like, why don't we just work together? And he's like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll just whatever Eric does, I'll do the same. I'm like, can we do like trade-ins? He's like, oh yeah, totally. I thought you like to own your boards. I'm like, no. Give them all back, no problem. So, there you are. It's been like 3 years later now.
Awesome.
4 years. So
Sick.
Timmy,
I've been wanting
all
to
those
try
guys
one.
down there.
Yeah.
Sick.
And for shapers, I mean, they're craftsmen and they have their team riders, but they probably appreciate so many other surfers on other board companies, and it's hard to, because it's a really personal like relationship, and when you can get somebody.
It's good to see Timmy Patterson under some gnarly dude's feet right now. You know, it's because it's so crazy because working at Huntington Surf and Sport and doing the buying for the boards way back then, it was just Channel Islands and fucking Rusty. They were the
Locked in, locked down.
dude. They had it on lockdown, but we would sell Xanadu's, we would sell Shark Bite, but the difference was huge.
Yeah.
But now it seems like, Timmy has made a name for himself with fucking Italo, Timmy Reyes, and Alan Cleveland now too.
But that's where
And Reef.
Yeah, but as a shaper, again, he's probably shaping so many similar boards for these like, 5.8 to 6.0 board, to be able to showcase that kind of like craftsmanship on a bigger dude is probably challenging for him, but also rewarding. Be like, hey, that's opening a whole new door of like demographic and customers.
I was thinking like, no one's gonna want to buy my boards. They're all thick and wide and whatever,
Yeah.
And they're like, no, your boards. We can't keep your boards here.
And that's what I'm saying.
There's
So
no size. Most of this is all like geared towards this guy.
Yeah.
Not your size. Like,
which is again going back to Timmy's being, maybe he appreciates your surfing and he's just a big fan for sure. And I get to work with that guy, super stoked. But this is also something where it's not competing with what he's doing for other guys. It's like a whole different like demographic, and it's like, man, if I could capture like this kind of bigger guy ripper, it's win-win for everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I should order more boards?
Yeah. Lyndon, what are you gonna get?
I don't know. I want to get a 5.8 Groveler.
I got this one in my car. It's called the Saucer.
What size is it?
It's 5'10".
Yeah, but way
42 liters.
Yeah, way big.
I want to get that the 5.4 then, or 5.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good options down there.
And then
Good people.
what's So you live in California?
I remember like being at the Quick House when the winter was kind of, the house is almost done. And
Yeah.
Fuller's like, I'm going to Cali. I'm like, sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Then 2 years later, I'm like, genius. I'm
Yeah.
fucking going to Cali too. So I was like, Strider's like, yeah, come to Malibu. It's fucking raging in the summer. Like, you'll have so much fun. I'm like, yeah, okay, this summer it's on.
Yeah.
Closing the house in March, and I'm coming over. It's easier to go on trips. Like,
Yeah, more central.
opportunity,
Yeah.
funner things to do. So,
And you had a job there at Quick.
no.
No. You're
Just
still writing for
I was
them.
still just writing, but
and
it was,
then renting the house for the.
that was
winter.
like, if you want to call it a job,
Yeah.
being the like responsible person. But that was just like, it is. You kind of like you turn yourself. I like to turn myself into an asset to all my sponsors. So
Yeah.
it's not like I don't just surf. I
Yeah.
can do this. I can do that.
I can be at any event. I'm here to help. Like,
When we go on the East Coast, we're going to
Yeah.
East Coast.
which is smart, but it's also like fun at the same time. It's
Yeah,
like
I feel like it ups my value. But anyway, I was coming to Cali for more opportunity
yeah.
and more flights because
Yeah.
like Hawaii, like one flight a week to
Fuck.
Tahiti. You're like, oh, it's fucking $1 million. I'm gonna fly to LA and then fly to Tahiti. So it's like, why don't I just put myself here?
Yeah.
Kind of like what Danny did those couple years before.
Yeah.
So, but then I actually met a girl before I came that summer, and she ended up being from Malibu. So I kind of came to Malibu already set up to where when I got to Malibu, I called Strider. I'm like, I'm here. He's like, where are you? I'm coming. I'm like, oh, we're at Casa Escobar. He's like, cool, I'm coming down. So he comes down. We're eating and enjoying. He meets Jessica. He's like, so what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm kind of checking out the daughter. He's like, what? How do you come to my town and you're like the new king already? I'm like, I don't know. Because he knew.
Yeah, he did a family. It's
Yeah.
a small knit. It's a small community there.
Strider's connected.
Yeah, for sure.
So and then, like I said, I just never left. I guess I
Yeah.
just go back to Hawaii for the winter times, or
Perfect.
like I said, I did the goal of owning the house, but when you buy the house, you have to pay for the house.
Yeah.
So I really haven't. We go there as much as we can, but it's not like I'm there. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a room there, but
Yeah. It's good.
it's more for later in life. Like, what did you get from pro surfing besides a good time and friends and barrels? Like, oh, I got my house on Kauai.
Yeah. That's huge.
But a life experience that
Yeah, of course.
is unimaginable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagined it. But
Yeah.
to make it happen.
But yeah, I mean, well, your story's not done, man. You're still, congrats, and you're
Yeah.
still charging, and
I still enjoy surfing, scary waves and all that, but it's like I don't have to there's not a reason to prove myself, because
Yeah.
in the beginning you're trying to establish yourself, prove yourself, maintain, and acquire more. And to me
Yeah.
now it's kind of yeah, I did it. I'm just kind of on the enjoyment train of
Yeah.
gratitude, Just,
And
So are you going back this winter?
yeah, we get the house November 1st, and yeah.
for the-
So is it going to be Black Bear slab of the season again, or what are we doing? Wave of the winter? What are we doing?
I heard Surfline's coming back for Wave of the Winter.
Okay.
nice.
From the Coconut Wireless.
Well,
So Ted was like, I don't think I'm going to be doing it this year.
yeah,
I'm like, it's not a bad thing. I mean, you held it down for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe you could partner. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I try and stay out of the way, I'm on the side, and I'm the ear. If you need to chat, we can
Yeah.
chat. But he makes his own decisions.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
it's good.
I love the gear. I love the product. I'm glad he is where he is.
Yeah.
He's done what he's done. He could have done something else, but I think he likes what he's doing sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah.
It's hard. Everything.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do something, you gotta
It's-
just do it right. It's hard work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
It's
having
starting to pay off.
Yeah, even having the
I think
name,
so.
the logo, the backing, everything could be there, and it's still million hurdles,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
execution and timing and money and time. It's everything's hard. People look at it on the outside and be like, oh,
It's so easy.
yeah,
Anyone can be a pro surfer.
yeah, no,
I love to see you do my job. It's
yeah.
a real job.
And you're married. You got 2 kids.
Yeah, I've been married for 12 years now.
Awesome.
Got 2 kids.
One's gonna be a pro surfer.
Chanel wants to be a pro surfer. Brown belt in karate.
Awesome.
Horseback. I mean, She's
And
kind of like
Chanel, is that her name?
yeah, Chanel.
Chanel.
She's 11.
And Ocean.
6th grade. Ocean, he's 6, and just he likes the boogie board, so
Alright.
that's fine.
That's how we all start,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Packing
hopping on
those outs in the
boogie
shorty.
board, just getting comfortable in the shore break, and he does karate too, and soccer, baseball.
Yeah.
So, what else do you do? Just karate.
You just expose them to everything and see what clicks.
Yeah, it's kind of like people always ask me like, oh, why do you raise your kids in California? Why don't you live in Hawaii? I'm just like, kind of like, I don't want to say I'm sacrificing,
Yeah.
but I want them to have every resource or every
Yeah.
opportunity that whatever they want. If they want to be a ballerina or an astronaut or whatever you want to be, it's like it's here.
Yeah.
And there's other stuff to do here.
And Malibu, obviously, it's bougie, but it's pretty country. You know, it's very kind of not your concrete jungle. It's
Yeah, there's like empty hills
There's-
and the coyote. It's a
more
PCH is
remote.
obviously busy, but
yeah.
weekends are busy. But it's
As it's-
I like the empty hills. Put it
Yeah.
that way. It's like it's nice that there's not houses.
And where's your local surf
I
spot?
kind of just hit Zuma.
Yeah.
Just kind of like we live pretty much right above it, so there's always something out there to wiggle around on from the wind swell, the north swell, the south swell. Kinda.
You
Is that westward?
Yeah, it's funny how there's like 5 names for different parts of the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Broad Beach, you got middle, whatever.
Drain pipes.
Drain pipe, yeah.
Kind of going off
corners.
last week, right? A little bit.
It was a little. I didn't surf. I kind of
Me
broke my
either.
ribs like a
I
month.
drove by.
It's fickle. You need the medium high tide. You need the
It's
short
super
interval.
sensitive.
You need the
Yeah.
the kind of more wind swelly swells versus the straight.
Yeah,
It's
they don't like it
it's like all of
very-
California.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like point breaks or
But you could drive north a half hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes and get
There's some
consistent
good
good
waves
surf.
up north on this last swell.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it on the south.
Dude, Malibu on that hurricane swell looked freaking so
was-
good.
Yeah.
I did a couple lessons and Joel was out and Tosh. They were enjoying themselves on the longboards.
Yeah. And you got Strider's key to get down to the secret
Oh,
spot.
Yeah, you got that whole little doom, big doom, all those little
Yeah.
nooks and crannies down in there.
It's like
We got Central Cal really fucking good.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did that West Coast tour with Black Bear.
Oh, you did it with him?
Snap 5, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we did
Sick.
4
He said he got
stops.
fun waves.
Bro, it was like
And no one
super
wanted to go
fun.
out.
It was super fun. Yeah.
They're on party tour. They're like surf. Oh, I guess it's good.
Surprisingly, like, whoa, like we got lucky. Yeah.
That's sick.
Well, dude.
Yeah, this has been epic.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anything you want to promote or talk about? Talk about?
Just thanks to my wife for supporting me all these years.
Yeah.
And getting to me to where I need to be and taking care of all of us. That's
Yeah.
it. Let me say a shout out to her. Thanks, babe.
You. Well, we got some party
gifts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Scotia Industry. We before we started, we heard you wanted to take the magnetic wireless charging power bank
And he's gonna get one of those car mounts.
and
too.
the car
This
mount
right here.
up, and then he's
Air
got
freshener.
Makes sense.
Makes
Oh my God.
sense. Nice little air freshener. We got some Foo Wax late night
Thank
with
you,
Chalky.
thank
Yeah.
Never have enough food in your life.
You're already sponsored by
Courtesy
Futures.
Chad Wells.
Yeah, thank you, Wellesley.
Yeah.
Another co-worker in the day. Thanks, Futures. You're already hooked up, so
You can
we'll just donate that to the next
Yeah,
guest.
donate
Sure. But this
Thank you,
is the
Futures.
Reverse 3.2 Alpha
I
speed
sampled that
generation.
It's pretty fun.
Yep. We know you're hooked up with Dragon still,
For the
but
kids.
we got sponsored by IC, Polarized.
That's
right
for his
here.
lady.
Yep.
Yeah, you can never have enough sunglasses for the lady. What's that?
Ola Mexican
Oh,
Kitchen for you and the
nice.
lady. It's a
Hell
$50
Mahalos.
$50 gift certificate
This
or
one
gift card.
Okay,
far
nice.
right here.
That goes for the lady.
Grom, so we'll be stoked.
What else
Thanks
you
to
guys?
Murph Electric Bikes, Clearweather brand.
Oh, I get a bike? Thanks, Greggy.
Yeah.
That's for the wave of the slab of the season.
Earth Pack for all your packaging and bag needs.
Where's the Earth Pack? What's
Yeah.
that?
It's
Oh, never
they
mind.
make bags and
Retail,
Yeah.
and
They're one of our main
Oh,
sponsors.
this one's sick.
yeah.
You probably met
Look
him
at the
before.
artwork.
Dave Bach.
Yeah.
Sick.
So pretty much all the all the shops have the gift bag, retail bags that they check
Yeah.
out. So they do all kinds of recycling or just paper and
Very cool.
I owe you a bonsai bowl card.
What? Bonsai bowl.
We'll get you
Live
next
life in
time.
the bowl.
I love a bowl.
And you got your late night with Chalky
Got the camo
hat.
Yep.
And thanks to Board Riders Cafe for this setup here.
Yeah.
Perfect location.
I'm gonna go through real quick. Earth Pack, Old Mexican Kitchen, Mahe Restaurant, The Brant, Bonsai Bowls, Board Riders Cafe, Seaborn Shoots.
Sheets beer.
Next time you go down to Oceanside, have you been to Shoots yet?
No.
It's Shane's restaurant.
Magnificent.
yeah,
It's like
slowly.
sushi
I've heard of it,
and
yeah.
beer.
So good.
Yeah.
There's one in Carlsbad and one in Oceanside. And then Foo Wax, Futures Fins, Icy Sunglasses, Clearweather, damn it, Ashland Hard Seltzer, Capacity Brewing, Malachi, Surfer Magazine, and Skosh.
Damn, we're killing it. We're on the flow team.
We're grinding.
Boom! And tell Vince to hook us up.
Yeah.
Get out of here.